Welcome to the 2024 SYC Super Slam Ohio, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowl Metrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from Columbus Square Bowling Palace in Columbus, Ohio, it's the 2024 SYC Super Slam Ohio. Welcome to the 2024 SYC Super Slam Ohio, presented by Storm Bowling, brought to you by Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships, by PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18, and by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, by Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management, by T&D Transportation, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowl Metrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from Columbus Square Bowling Palace in Columbus, Ohio, it's the 2024 SYC Super Slam Ohio. Welcome to the 2020.
Good morning, SYC fans. We are here live at the Columbus Square Bowling Palace, and we're going to be watching some great youth athletes here live from Columbus, Ohio at the Columbus Square Bowling Palace. We have a great group of guests that are going to come in and comment on the live stream. And we're excited to be back in Columbus, Ohio for the Super Slam. My name is Blair Blumenscheid. And I believe in Game 1, I'm going to be joined by Mr. Mike Sinek. He's going to make his way to the live stream booth. We have a couple cameras. We'll try to show as many players as we can. The bowlers that we are looking at in Game 1 will be Tyler Galbraith, Jay Schofield, Spencer Brunisma, James Jerhobel III, Braden Anderson, Justin Stanford, Johnny Laguerre, Aiden Watts, and Zachary Abbott. You also will be able to see a few more players just off to the right or left of your screen. The bowlers are competing on a short pattern this morning. That short pattern is designed by KEGEL. Great shot by Tyler. The Columbus Square Bowling Palace has been a great host this weekend. We're thankful to be back here in Columbus. And I am joined by the one and only Mike Sinek.
Morning, everybody.
Hello, Mike.
How are you?
How are you doing?
Excellent. This is fun.
It's been a good week already, huh?
Yes.
Last night, I was about to say that the Columbus Square Bowling Palace has been a great host. And last night, the bowling families got to experience hyper bowling, which you did.
Yes, I did.
How did you like hyper bowling?
Hyper bowling was fun. Although, for some reason, my ball always found the red bumper, which eliminated my multiplier. But other than that, I thought
the red eliminated?
Yes. If you So, to explain, there are segments of the bumpers in different colors. Each color is a multiplier. times whatever number of pins you knock down times 100. So if you hit blue, it's 2 times, green 3 times, gold is 5 times, and if you accidentally hit a red one, you get 0 multiplier. And I was really good at finding the 0.
Dang. I now understand why everyone was so mad when they hit the red. So you couldn't like hit the red and then another color to like bring it back in?
Oh, the first color you hit is your multiplier.
Okay. All right.
Although I did win the first round. You get 5 shots per round. The first round I did beat everybody on my pair. That was cool.
That's exciting.
And after that I could literally the red leader in a bowling term. I was able to find all the red.
Well, I love that. And I loved also that the winner of all the event was a mom.
Yes.
Who doesn't bowl, and she beat her young son. And I did an interview with them after, and I asked, like, how does it feel? And she's like, it feels great. And then I asked the son, and he's like, it does not feel great. Because these kids are competitive. So.
Yep. No, we had a lot of fun last night. Pizza and soft drinks from the center provided for us as well. It was very nice, and that was a lot of fun doing the hyper bowling.
I love it. All right, so we have a few bowlers. We're gonna take the test here this morning to see. You know this test, Mike. Who filled out their bios?
Yes.
So far, we're 0 for 2.
Okay.
So I don't know what to tell the kids. Like, come on, fill out your bios. Oh wait, this might be one. I think we have one. Aiden is looking back at us like we can do something. What happened?
I don't know.
I do have a walkie-talkie. I could do it if...
I don't know. What do you need? Right here. Got it. And it's really cool here. The staff at the Palace is just amazing. 64 lanes. Palace is a famous bowling center. Been here for a long time. Back in the day, the PBA had many tournaments in here, a lot of collegiate tournaments in here. I remember bowling here.
Do you know, I was walking in the room. I see the gold plates of 300s in the room we're in.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's more gold plates in the
locker area, right?
Locker area.
Yeah.
Did you see the name that's right before you walk into that room?
Mm-mm.
Kelly Kulick is up there.
Oh,
Kelly
wow.
Kulick has shot 300 in this bowling center. 300 or 800. I didn't actually check to see which it was, but I saw that this morning.
That was cool.
We got Yvonne, who is a local coach here. She coaches Gahanna High School, and who they've won states several times, which is hard to do in Ohio. So lots of great bowlers and lots of great coaches in this building. We're going to talk to some of them today.
Cool.
So I have a bio for Mr. Clark. He did fill out his bio. He's from Dixon, Illinois.
Very nice.
Favorite practice bowling center, Black Hawk Lanes in Sterling, Illinois. 17 years old.
Very cool.
He's bowled 2 to 5 SYCs. He bowled his very first sanctioned 800 in Youth League, which with 300, 236, and 299.
Wow.
He's also really good at disc golf. His dad and him will play while they travel the country for bowling, which is super cool.
That is neat.
Yeah, and he wants to say hello to his mom watching from home. We got someone watching from Germany this morning.
There we go.
You know, I'm going to turn down the volume.
Just a little bit of a scoring issue. I think they're resetting.
They're on it, though.
No, they are.
They've got this.
Like I said, it's a very attentive staff here. They do a really good job maintaining the lanes, making sure that all the patterns are correct and right on it, like right behind us. As soon as when we were going from practice yesterday, or for the Baker Team Challenge yesterday, to practice session yesterday, the staff here is really cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Julie and her staff do a great job.
Yeah, it's very funny because they handed me a walkie-talkie this week, so I get to hear what they're talking about, and they have fun with each other, but they are very much on point, like always talking about what needs to be happening next. Like this morning, they called down to me and they're like, "Hey, we need the national anthem this morning, right?" And we had already lined up a volunteer to help sing, and so I was like, "No, we're good." Like, and then George was like, "But we would have had it if we needed to." So it was really cute. You know this young man, Johnny how do you say it? Laguerre.
Johnny Laguerre.
Laguerre. That's a cool last name.
He's from the Baltimore area. This is his last SYC. He's about to age out. I know.
Well, these kids. See, this is the saddest part of this SYC. The Super Slam is when we have to say goodbye.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Yep. A lot of kids age out.
It's true.
We'll be making a presentation tomorrow.
Yes.
Once it age out.
I'm afraid I didn't print enough. I thought I got, but if we didn't, I'll send them. I was planning to order more to mail out to people anyway, but I didn't want to have too many.
Yeah.
Always that fine line.
Good point. And then I also know the gentleman getting up on lane 35 right now, Mr. Aiden Watts.
You know that Aiden wants to be a weatherman?
Yes, he actually already does YouTube videos.
That's awesome.
Talking about storms that have occurred across the country, tornadoes. He's looking at going to college to study meteorology.
I love it.
And he and his parents have been doing the campus tour. And it's hard to find a school that is a bowling program that also has meteorology.
I could imagine.
That's a tough little niche because one of the things that we really stress is that you go to college to get the education as well as bowling. Because, bowling will always be there for you, but the education, this is your opportunity to get a degree, get a field, so that if bowling doesn't quite work out, you have that degree. And that degree is important. And that's where the smart money that the bowlers earn goes into play. We're proud of the fact that, like in my youth program, that we're putting bowlers into college. And, every once in a while you get one who originally wasn't planning on going to college, but because of the bowling skills they've developed and the scholarship money that they've earned, now they can afford college. And it's a relief for the family. It's a nice achievement that propels them further in life. It's really cool.
Well, and beyond that, I know some bowlers too that they, if they get started late, which I don't think there's ever a bad time to start bowling, but if they start in high school, they might feel as though they're behind because they see some of the kids that are really, really young that have been bowling for a long time, or that have been bowling for a long time. But every once in a while, you'll hit those kids that'll tell you, like, I never thought I could bowl in college. And they get lined up with the right coach and find out all the opportunities, and then they can.
Yep.
So.
Yep. The other thing that, especially with like the SYC, they're making lifelong friends from all over the country. And now that we have social media, and online games and stuff, these kids are linking up with each other. So when they come to an SYC like this, they're seeing a friend that they may not have seen in person for the last 6 months, but they've been talking to online all week.
I was just having this conversation with someone in the pro shop the other day because someone that I've known for a long time was in there, and he goes, well, these kids that come in and bowl this tournament, they don't really know each other, and they don't really talk to each other because they're competing against each other. And I'm like, you should come watch this weekend.
Yeah.
You would be shocked to see what actually happens. Because he's used to, especially in Ohio, if you've never seen a tournament like this, you see high school tournaments, right? Where you have a team of bowlers and they are buddies, right?
Yep.
But not every state has high school bowling.
No.
So for those bowlers, this is the equivalent, and they can meet people that have the same passion that they do.
Yep.
And
it's so cool. And you mentioned high school bowling. The state of Maryland, where I'm from, and where my bowling center is, we don't have a formal high school bowling program. We just started this year. with the help of Mr. Scott Gelda of the Middle Atlantic Youth Bowlers Tour, sponsored by Storm, and Mr. Eric Anderson. We've put together the groundwork for high school bowling um, in Maryland. We just sent two, basically what are called unaffiliated teams, to the national tournament, which was held a couple of weeks ago in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And we're going to try to grow it in Maryland. For years, we've been competing against, when they get to junior gold or even SYCs, against kids that have been bowling since 7th grade, 8th grade, in formal programs where they practice and get training. So we're, in a sense, behind. So what we're trying to do, what I do at my program, what Scott does at Crofton Bowling Center on Friday nights, what Doug Sass does at Greenway Bowl on Fridays, is provide at least the platform of bowling on the tougher lane conditions, so that the kids have a better opportunity when they get to junior gold.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
Really
fun.
do.
It's fun. The chance to give back. I mean, when I was a junior bowler, we didn't have any of the tools that we have today, and the coaching wasn't as prevalent. So when I took over my bowling center, that was one of my main goals, was to start, developing this program. And the kids work hard. The parents work very hard. Shout out to the parents too. A lot of driving, a lot of hotels, a lot of chicken tenders,
No kidding.
a lot of tater tots. It makes a difference.
Absolutely. That's Mr. Justin Stanford up on lane 34.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, I believe Justin's part of our evolution program, which is a great program to be part of. It's open to any youth bowler out there. It's completely free.
Yep.
Highly recommend you get a little lesson. Mike, you joined our coaching team this year, and you write up a lesson every month.
Yep.
Your lessons due, by the way.
I know my lessons too.
I'm just kidding.
I believe this month it's Arsenal building, so this is going to be fun.
It is, yeah.
But the evolution program is open to everyone. You do not, this is not a Storm thing. This is a bowler program. We are here for the bowlers and for the youth bowlers to help develop.
100%.
And we have coaching, some of the best coaches in the world, providing information every month. So this is a really nice opportunity for any youth bowler.
Yeah, and it's not designed. Here's the two things that it's designed for. A, if you have a coach that you love working with, but you just want to keep learning, the topics that we give you are great talking points to bring up with your coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to learn more about something that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a coach, we don't replace having a personal coach, but we will give you some information and some tips and some practice drills to do on your own, because not every area is lucky enough to have a Mike Sinek or the coaches that are here this weekend watching the bowlers. So,
and in addition to just bowling knowledge, Blair writes on social media. We talk about how to develop a social media program. Once again, this is also with 100% parent involvement, so there's nothing that we're doing in the evolution program that the parents don't know about. The parents do participate in the evolution program.
Yeah, you sign up with the child, so you get it to your email, and the bowler gets it to their email.
Yep, and it just, it's social media, it's personal responsibility, communication, writing letters to famous people, writing letters, saying thank you notes. If you participate in a tournament, write a thank you note to the tournament organizer or the bowling center that hosted. Those are the things that we work on in the evolution program in addition to the bowling. Just as a concept, this past month, our subject was spare shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And there were multiple articles from multiple coaches which gave you, as Blair said, things to take to your coach at home and go, hey, they talked about spare shooting with a plastic ball, spare shooting with a urethane ball, or using a first ball with a broken wrist. Which, what do you think? Something to try out. So those are we're there to provide ideas to help bowlers develop.
Yeah, Leanne liked that we all separately, we didn't talk about it, but every single one of us talked about visualizing the line to the pin. And we're like, okay, well, apparently that's something that stuck with all of us. It was very funny.
Yep.
All right, Mike, I mentioned it briefly at the beginning, but the bowlers are bowling on a short pattern this morning. Do you know the length?
36, I believe.
I can look it up. I normally have sheets, but I don't right now.
Yeah.
Let me look. But anyway, how did you watch practice a little bit yesterday?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so what did you see on the short pattern?
So short pattern, obviously with a short pattern, you try to push the ball to the outside edge of the lane as best you can. Um, Topography in certain centers will sometimes limit the ability for you to play absolutely out on the edge. A lot of urethane. Urethane is the predominant flavor in bowling balls when you're bowling on a shorter pattern. The reason is the ball has more control. Shorter patterns with reactive resin, the bowling balls have a tendency to jump a little bit. So, depending upon your style. So, urethane is much easier to control on these shorter patterns. And that's what you're seeing going down the lane. You're seeing a lot of IQU 78s and purple hammers and other kinds of balls.
Pitch black.
Pitch blacks.
Lots of pitch blacks.
Yep.
That one's not going anywhere.
Saw a couple fast pitches going down the lane, too.
Oh, that's a favorite. You know what else you see every once in a while? Some of the kids still have those fever pitches. Do you remember that?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Alex Crawley loved that one.
Yep.
It was 37 feet.
37.
You were close.
Thank you.
The volume is 25 mils. We're getting a little coaching.
Right. Yep. So that was Mr. Aiden Watts talking to me. We were basically saying that if you get the ball too far out, the topography and how everybody's broken down the lanes has kind of made everything to the outside edge of the lane a little bit over under.
Here's Mr. James Jerhobel. He's been around a minute. I like that classic looking bowling jersey.
Yep.
It's like the old school type of one. It's cool.
Kind of reminds me of the old Brunswick masking units that had the lights built into them.
Do you know what it reminds me of? I feel like this is James. I apologize in advance. But there was a bowling Barbie doll that had that symbol in the packaging. So, sorry, James. Barbie is cool, though. It came back.
Nope, it did. But that symbol is classic. That is a classic bowling symbol right there.
Yeah. Great shot by Tyler there on lane 33. Nice double. Okay, so notoriously for the SYC, I will not say in general, because I don't believe this is a high-scoring house in general. However, in SYC world, a few years ago when we were here, we almost set I think we actually did set a record for the number of 300 games.
Very nice.
In SYC. So this, especially in this bay, this bay was where like 4 of the 300s happened.
Okay.
So I believe that there could be some high scores today for those watching at home. Stick with us.
There are strings of strikes I can see across some of the monitors. I also see red on some monitors, but yes, this house traditionally has been very high scoring. Even back as far as the 1980s when I bowled in here. I shot an 800 in here back in like 1987 or 88. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, but this is a high-scoring center.
Yeah, Jeremy Combs says 300s were getting handed out like Oprah's favorite things at that SYC. It really was. It was like, oh, another 300. I think Brady had his first SYC 300. I'm not sure if it was his first ever, but he had his first 300 here. It was fun. It was very fun.
And since this is a Super Slam, they're bowling 4 rounds of 5 games this weekend instead of the traditional 3. So
I really like Braden's game. He just bowled on lane 34. That was a good, it's got a good little game there.
Yep.
It was very funny because in the seminar, Ron Hatfield did a fantastic seminar this week.
Right.
And he broke down some bowling science for these kids, but at one point he asked who's two-handed in the room? And it was like 75% of the room raised their hand. And he goes, almost the whole room. It's getting close. So we're getting close, which I think is great.
Yep. And then The other kind of cool thing about the SYCs and like the super slams like this, we have a lot of first timers as well.
100%. Yeah.
Which it's really neat. And then we have a unique case on the pair in front of us. Mr. Bobby Brennan here is a first timer, and he's also aging out. But watching bowl, he throws it really well. I mean, right now he's on I'm not going to hopefully not black cloud him, but he's on a 279 pace through 7. And
that's how I want to start my first SYC.
Yep.
I'm looking to see. You know what? He has a bio in here too. So he's stepping up. He's from Sharonsville, Ohio.
Okay.
He bowls at Rocket Center Lanes. He's 18 years old. Like you said, first SYC. He is becoming a silver USBC certified coach.
Nice.
Which is awesome.
Nice.
He likes reading, playing guitar, and drums. He looks like a musician, doesn't he?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wants to say hi to Dennis Gordon and Jerry Edwards. Famous coach there, Miss Jerry. Man, I want to say hi to Jerry Edwards.
Me too.
I love Jerry Edwards.
I bowled college the same time Jerry did when she was bowling for Penn State.
She's amazing.
She is awesome.
You did impact Jackson.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Well, usually you're the black clouds, but today I wear the crown.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. Well, it's anyway. I'm not gonna tell the story. Well, Ron said that this weekend he was saying like, don't get mad at me if something he said was not true. And then he was like, get mad at Blair though, that's fine. Just like joking or whatever. And I was like, well, usually I'm in the live stream and I black cloud everyone, so they do get mad at me. So yes, it's a thing.
Bring it here. It's my fault.
Here's a fun story too. You're gonna see him up on the lane right now. He's on 30. Actually, let me switch to the other camera. Did he just strike? No, he didn't. All right. So on lane right here, Mr. Ryan Burgess. He's on lanes 37. His dad is having a really fun week because his dad went to West Texas. And so when he walked in, Julie, of course, who's GM here, went to West Texas. Kathy went to West Texas, Kathy Lizzie. So they were having a little reunion, and Ryan was just getting to enjoy meeting some of his dad's buddies, which is pretty fun for everyone, cool. I think. Yeah. Like you said earlier, right? Those friendships stick.
Yep. Yeah, we had to wait to college because we really didn't have junior gold, and I have a lot of friends that I bowled collegiately because we'd see each other in, tournaments all over the country.
Yeah. Chris Vi called these kids spoiled yesterday. He said, you're spoiled. You guys have everything. You can bowl whatever tournament you want. Good morning to everyone in the chat. If you are cheering on a bowler in the chat, we'd love to hear who you're cheering on. Now, if this is your first time watching an SYC, I'll break down what's going to happen. We keep the camera stationary. All the bowlers will move 4 pairs. 4 pairs? Or 2 pairs?
Skip 2.
Skip 2. Okay. Skip 2 pair. I don't know why I'm not getting that this weekend, but skip 2 pair. And so we're going to see a different group of bowlers after each game. And we'll take a short break as they're changing lanes, and we'll come back, and you'll get to hear some different commentary from different people. I heard a rumor Chris Vi might show back up today.
Very cool.
Talk a little bit on the live stream. We've got some other coaches in the building. Jeff Robinson, who is he coaches at a relatively new program, Ohio Northern. So you'll hear a little bit about that team. He's a local coach here and works with Ron's group of coaches. We got a shout out for Spencer. Shout out for Weston Griffin. I saw Weston's mom. Where's Weston starting? It's got to be around here somewhere because she walked in front of me this morning. Alex stepping up here. He's wearing an Ohio jersey from Coolwick. I don't like to play favorites, but I really liked all the Ohio jersey designs.
Well, I think it's safe to say that your state, Ohio, and my state, Maryland, have the most unique flags
Agreed, right?
in the country.
Absolutely. They make a very cool jersey. Jeremy Combs, that is correct. The Jeff Robinson will be entering.
Nothing wrong with that. Let's see what Alex has.
Jeremy says the Maryland flag makes a sweet football helmet, too.
It does. That is so true.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friends at the University of Maryland for taking the flag and, with the jersey and the helmet, have done a really good job in the last couple of years.
Absolutely. Great shot by Aiden.
Yep.
Aiden's having a stellar game here.
Yep.
That's how he wants to start.
Yep. He figured out a little bit early that getting away from the edge was the key. And then when we bowl on sport, one of the things that I try to explain to people when you're bowling on a sport condition, which you don't get to do a lot in a lot of houses, but when you go to the national tournament, you're bowling on sport pattern. The lane is asking for a specific approach, and it starts at the foul line. The angle at which you take with your bowling ball through the front part of the lane will determine how easy it will be to hold the pocket in the back part of the lane.
Sure.
So the goal is to try to figure out what path the lane wants your ball to be on. Now, that also has to do with matching up with your rev rate and your ball speed, and whether you're left-handed or right-handed, what kind of ball's in your hand. So
there's zero variables in bowling.
Yeah, it's a total. I call it a puzzle.
Yeah.
And the goal is to try to break down the puzzle. And they compare bowling to golf all the time. And unlike golf, where you can see the rough and the sand traps and the trees, bowling you can't.
Absolutely.
And all you have is a roadmap, which is the baseline of the oil pattern when the machine lays it down. You don't see the topography. You don't get to see how every time a ball goes down the lane, it changes the lane. It moves the oil around. So you don't get to see any of that activity. So that's the fun part, and the hard part about bowling is trying to make sure that you kind of keep track of where everything's going.
100%. I agree 100%.
And one of the things that I try to explain to the bowlers is you have to be open-minded in watching your ball reaction, so that when it does change, when things do change, that you're prepared for them. As we're coming to the end of game one, there's going to be lots of action with people moving around.
Yeah, so we are going to take a short break after we some of these pairs end. We're getting to that 10th frame.
Yep.
Mike, you're going to go out and be one of our awesome scorekeepers. We got lots of volunteers today. Don't worry. You won't have as many volunteers tomorrow, so.
No worries.
It'll be back on you and Deb tomorrow. But
no worries.
Today we're stacked. Because the other thing that happens at the Columbus Square Bowling Palace is they have phenomenal youth programs here. Mm-hmm. So if you are lucky enough to live in the Columbus area, all the bowling centers have some great youth programs, but Palace has awesome, great Saturday morning programs. So the normal coaches have
mm-hmm.
come to have come to hang out like they normally do on Saturdays, right? And we appreciate them volunteering their time.
Yep.
They're great.
Yep. Shout out to all the youth coaches out there in the country. It's a fun job. It's a rewarding job. And some days it's a little frustrating, but none of us would be here, and none of these bowlers would be here today if it wasn't 100%. For you.
Yeah, absolutely. When you were talking earlier about Aiden figuring out maybe up the gutter doesn't play, I was if memory served me right, which
mm-hmm.
my memory is not as good as it used to be, the gutter doesn't normally play very well here on Sport Shot. So I was interested to see how the kids figured out how to play the short pattern, but I do remember that when we laid down some shorter patterns, it never really played true because you couldn't really play the gutter here. Just so Aiden figured it out.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. All right.
Still a solid first game of your first SYC ever
Mm-hmm.
on the live stream to boot.
240. Nothing wrong with that.
You go, Bobby.
Got a little wide.
Got
Aiden gets a
away
break.
with it.
Wow.
Oof. Aiden's lined up.
That means he's relaxed. That's the other thing we talk about with my program. In the summertime, we do classroom for about a half an hour before we put the kids on the lanes. And one of the things we discuss is relaxation and focus and being open-minded and not letting what just happened with a shot carry over into the next shot.
I love that.
Yeah, because it's hard enough bowling on a sport pattern, like we talked about, trying to figure out the puzzle, to have you be perturbed about missing something that happened a while back. So there we go.
We were talking about Ron's seminar that he did this week.
Mhm.
Have you picked up Ron Hatfield's book yet?
I have Ron Hatfield's book, yes.
Is it not really kind of mind-blowing?
It's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
It examines things you think you know about the sport, and it goes, Yeah. Anyway, when you were talking about the classroom, I'm like, man, I bet there's some lessons in there that you can teach to the kiddos.
And we also use current everyday things that happen. If you watch other sporting events, you'll see perfect examples of quality mental games or mental games that take a break.
Yeah.
And it's out there right in front of your face.
Now, was that a fill for Aiden, or did he try something, or did he just?
He moved a little bit, but he didn't move enough with his feet.
Okay.
That's okay. That's a
262.
262. Perfect place to drop one of those.
He'll take it.
Yeah, that's a good start.
And Alex, I thought he had that one. Not how Alex wanted to start, but you know what? It's still early. Game 1, plenty of time.
Yep.
This is one of those times where I would encourage bowlers like Alex, because he's on a pair where someone shot 260 and 240, to just look around at the other pairs, because not everyone bowled those high up games on the short pattern for game 1. So we always ask the pros in the Q&As, are you a score watcher or are you just kind of a score pace watcher? And it usually ends up being more of the score pace. Like, they don't really watch where they're at in the standings, but they do want to know what the pace is like.
Right, and that's very important, because a lot of bowlers get in their head that they have to shoot a specific number, and when they don't hit that number, they get upset. But then all of a sudden they find out that that number is actually way better than you thought.
Yes.
Because the scoring pace, these junior bowlers bowl on a lot of very hard conditions. And there are some times where 170 is the scoring pace, and they shoot 190 and they're upset because they didn't shoot 200. And it's like, you're 20 pins up on the field,
100%.
So having a bit of awareness of what the scoring pace is. When we break patterns down in classroom and on Monday nights, we talk about the scoring pace of the pattern based upon the oil design.
Yeah.
Because there is a sort of an idea of what the scoring pace should be relative. There's always going to be one or two bowlers that are going to absolutely dominate the pattern. That find it out the gate. It matches their swing and their style. But we always look at what's the cut number, what's the average score, and that's the important part.
Ray is asking, I think he's asking, is it permissible to use the videos from Evolution program in my coach's corner? I think as long as, we don't mind if people share the Evolution program out, because we do want people to know about it. I just would say make sure that you encourage them to join the program so that they get the information too. It is free. There's an application process for all youth bowlers. We encourage other youth to share it with the youth because it is completely free. The only thing that there's this minor barrier of entry. We make the application a little tricky, and not tricky, but we make them work a little bit because we want the kids that are part of this program to know, hey, this isn't just a staff position,
right,
which comes up a lot, right? And a lot of kids just want to join and get on staff. That's not what this is about. This is about learning and growing and learning how to be someone that might be able to get a staff position in the future. Because as you know, Mike, because you work for Storm, you work with all the staffers and work with them on their video reviews and different things that they can do or should do as a staffer. And it's not just getting free bowling balls. That's not what being on staff is.
Nope.
Which is kind of what people think.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. The goal is to promote the brand, support the sales of the product. The evolution program is about education.
Exactly.
It is purely about educating the bowlers so that the bowlers are better bowlers, more knowledgeable bowlers. The social media tips and the personal tips that are also involved in the evolution program can easily prepare a bowler to become a staff member when they reach a certain age and when they reach a certain level of proficiency in bowling.
And beyond that, the team evolution players are chosen from the evolution program, and they're the youth bowlers that are completing those monthly challenges that we talk about in those in the emails, and they're doing the community involvement, and they're doing all of the things. It looks like you're going to see one actually enter this pair. Micah Voris, who's heading off to college. He's going to Trine University. He'll be stepping up. But until then, we're going to take a short break. Mike, I have zero doubt you're going to be back in the booth this weekend. So we'll continue this conversation
Certainly.
next time.
Okay, doke.
We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. We have our score monitors out collecting the scores. So if you're following along, Bowl Metrics is where all the scores will be posted. It is not live scoring, but it's pretty close to live scoring. They get those scores posted really, really quick after each block. And here is a hometown favorite, Aiden Furukawa. He's from Ohio, from the central Ohio area. He's on Team Evolution. He won junior gold. And he struck. Let's see who else we're watching this round. Looks like we have Aiden Lee, Micah Voris, Chase Glazier, Will Hudson, Aiden Furukawa, and Curtis Sweezy on the pair right in front of you. And next door, we will be watching Gavin Hack, Andrew Sass, Weston Griffin, Maddox Kurla, Luke Swatulski, and Camden Harris. Man, there's a lot of SYC champions right in front of us. Here's Will Hudson stepping up. Will Hudson has a very solid game. He's bowled a couple SYCs now. Very strong game. If you're rooting on a player, we love to see those in the chat. Camden there has a great Ohio shirt on 33. I love that OHIO shirt. It's my fave. Here's Mr. Micah Voris. He's going to study engineering. That's where he's headed. I believe it's mechanical energy. It's either mechanical or chemical engineering. I can't remember which, but something really, really smart is what he's studying. He'll be bowling next year too. See Mr. Gavin. Well, Mr. Jeff Robinson is going to be joining me in the booth. There's Maddox on lane 34. Welcome, Jeff Robinson.
Hi, Blair. Good to be here.
Earlier, you were recognized as the Jeff Robinson in the chat.
Well, I've had worse, so
Yeah, really.
thank you for that.
Yeah. Jeff, you've been collecting some scores.
Yes.
How's it going out there?
I would say for the most part, the scores are, 180s, 190s. There's a couple 260s I saw. So there's a
Okay.
couple big scores. Most of them are right in the middle where you might expect the start to be.
Yeah, we're hoping we have another 300 Fury like the previous time we were here, where it
Yeah,
was right in front of the desk.
Yeah, it could happen. The shots looks pretty good, and I think most everybody that I saw is playing it correctly. So
They seem to be.
yeah.
The bowlers in front of us. So we have a few SYC champs that we're watching. One being Luke Swatulski here on 34. He's from the Illinois area. Curtis Sweezy here. He's solid.
Yep. So's Luke that I saw earlier.
Yeah. I really like Will's game. Will is a traditional player, if you will, one-handed, super strong,
Super smooth.
super smooth.
I take him.
Yeah, really. Yes, which brings us to a good topic. Okay, so Jeff, you are at a relatively new program.
Correct.
Not new.
Second year.
Second year. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the college that you represent?
So I am coaching at Ohio Northern University up in Northwest Ohio in a little town called Ada. It's a incredibly good academic school. So, one of the discussions I'm having when people come up and talk to me is, how good are your grades? Because you have to have good grades to get in where I'm at. But it's a great little spot. It's out in the middle of a cornfield, and it's a very safe place for kids. But I got to tell you, we keep them busy with academics, and the kids that I have on the bowling team, are getting a great opportunity at a little house that we have right in town there to practice. And the practice times are good compared to a lot of programs that I talk to, because we practice from 3:30 to 5:30. And
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, a lot of them are much later at night trying to get lamed. So
Yeah.
very fortunate from that standpoint.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but Aiden Furukawa just threw a messenger, like, across.
Well, that's not unusual for him, though.
I mean, it was like, that was ridiculous, Aiden. Anyway, carry on
So,
about Ada.
But we our two biggest programs are pharmacy and engineering.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But we've got a good pre-med program. We've got a good business program. I mean, we really touch them to most degrees that they want. Small class sizes. I'm just really happy to be there. I mean, it's the people in Ada are just really happy people, and they're very positive all the time with the kids. So
Oh,
that's
that's
kind of
great.
it's neat to be around.
Yeah. It's contagious when you have positive people, right?
Yeah. As you know, I left for a couple of months, and but I quickly realized that was a mistake and moved back up there, and they welcomed me with open arms. So
It's great.
it's a good spot.
All right, here's Curtis. Let's see. Oh, he got that in. Ooh.
Yeah, but he's throwing a little purple there, so it held right there for him.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'm seeing is if players like him that have a little bit of ball speed, they can make the line hold if they tug it a little bit.
I love it. Joe wants to. Can you repeat what college you're at? Yeah.
It's Ohio Northern University.
Yes. It's a great school. I had, Jay Osborne. He went there for swimming.
Yeah, exactly.
Loved that school. So it's always kind of been a great little athletic gem in the state of Ohio.
I bowl with Jay and Liggs in the past, and so he was one of my donators. He donated to the bowling program for me. So, super guy.
Yeah.
But, onu.edu. Or if you want to look at our sports program, it's onusports.com. If you have interest in the program, just fill out the Recruit Me button, and I'll get back to you.
All right. I was going to say that Chase has a great game, but I'm just going to repeat myself all day because who doesn't have a great game anymore at the youth level?
I tell you, I really think over the years, and you understand this piece when you were in college a little bit ago, but the coaching levels across the country have climbed immensely, and some of these kids are getting great coaching, and you can tell by their games. And
do you know how I can tell that? And I talk about this quite frequently at the SYCs, is you don't see, when I was a kid, which you were coaching back then.
Correct.
Not me, but you were coaching.
Well, I did coach you a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm trying to not dig you when I say what I'm about to say. So, but when I was a kid growing up, I saw kids fall off their shot quite frequently.
Yes.
You don't ever see that anymore. For the most part, these kids are balanced at the foul line.
Yep.
Which shows that's the one key. I always think, like, man, coaching is good.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at the number of coaches that we train every summer here with Ron Hatfield, we'll put, 60 to 70 bronze and another 30 silvers every summer. It's crazy, but, they're following the process, and, the formula of, swing plane, posture, and all that equaling release and balance, it works.
It does. As they demonstrate out here. Oh, lefty, Maddox over there. Might have just jinxed him, but...
It's just amazing to me, the rev rate of these kids,
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's tough to watch my ball go down the lane with 4 or 5 revs,
I say that I get more in the ball return than I do on the lane, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Helen Lee wants to give Aiden's brother Sean a shout out. He is Aiden's ball rep this weekend, so we're watching Aiden Lee here bowl. Neither her nor his dad bowl, so all they can do is cheer and drive and feed him, which is an important role.
Well, no doubt, and somebody to run and get your bowling balls for you is really important as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to, if you're a non-bowling parent, I have a tip for you. So my dad was a non-bowling or a non-bowler parent. My dad didn't bowl. You have all these bowling balls, right?
Yeah.
It's really important to write down the color of the bowling ball more than the name. Because sometimes, like for my dad, I would say, okay, I would write down all the different colors that were in the bag. Yeah. And he could easily grab the color because he didn't always know the names of the balls, right?
Great point.
So that's my tip. That's my little handy, especially like junior gold when your bag is 18 lanes away from where you're bowling.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to count the bowling balls in the concourse, and I think I stopped at 9,000 or something like that.
We were
facetious, but there's a few in the house, I can tell you.
Super George, as we've been calling him at the front desk, he's awesome here at the Palace. He was joking. He's like, how much do you think, like, how much how do I say this? Like the amount of dollars in bowling equipment that's in this building is astronomical,
I
right?
think I could pay for my house.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
But it's healthy, right?
Exactly.
It's
Oh
great
no,
for the sport.
well, and it's like any other sport needs a lot of tools, right? When I
Yep.
played tennis, you didn't walk in with one tennis racket. You had different strings, you had different tennis racket types that you wanted to take.
I just saw something on Facebook, and not that everything on Facebook is real, about the costs of different sports. And I think the number one sport cost-wise is hockey.
I've heard that, yeah.
And it's crazy when you think about that. But
They have a lot of equipment.
And bowling was like not even in the top 5.
Yeah,
so there
right.
you go. It's a good sport.
Yeah, exactly. And it pays for your college.
It could.
Yeah.
It could, in a way. But, at the end of the day, it's about them getting a great education. And
100%.
that's always a discussion I like to have is, you think of your education from the Ohio State University and where,
I love it.
where it's gotten you,
Yeah, absolutely.
And without that, who knows where you'd be.
Absolutely. I was just telling the new coach of Ohio State, I always have a soft spot for the Ohio State bowling program. It's a club sport, as you know. The kids have to work really hard for fundraising and different things.
No, I've been there, right?
Yeah, you were the coach.
Yeah.
You know that world. So
Aiden has so many different pin carries. It's fun to watch.
he's ridiculous.
You just don't know what you're going to get with him.
Nope, you don't.
Little high flush and the 10 falls backwards. Very nice.
He's off to SCAD this summer.
Yes. Well,
Which is-
and his roommates.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be quite something.
Yeah, no kidding.
And they got a pretty good coaching staff there.
I'd
Katie's
say
okay.
Katie's okay. Katie's great.
Uh.
She's really made that program turn around. We have 2 past bowlers from SCAD working at Storm now, and I'm very impressed with the education at SCAD as well. If you're in that arts,
Yeah.
any type of, even like we're pulling UX designers and coders from SCAD. So if you're in that creative world, that's a great school to look at. And now that they have bowling, that's one more thing to look at when you're looking at that program.
And to think I was at Ohio State coaching against Katie when she was bowling.
Right? Doesn't seem like that long ago, does it?
It doesn't. It was always
time
fun.
flies.
That was a fun team to watch.
Oh my
Our
gosh.
collegiate team was
They
fun.
yeah, there were some really good ones. So Camden here, I really like his game. I'm not sure if he's having a rough go of it, but
Yeah, I think ball speed's hurting him just a little bit. But I've seen him throw a couple pretty good flush strikes, but he's got to get the ball right for him because of his ball speed.
yeah. I agree. I think he's just barely in the wrong part of the lane and paying the full price for just a little
Yeah.
move.
But great form, though.
Unbelievable, right?
It's really good to watch.
Andrew Sass, he's a great young bowler coming up.
I'm excited for Andrew. He visited my campus Friday,
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah.
Him and his dad have been around. They're big in bowling. I love it.
Yeah, his game's pretty sound for a left-handed two-hander. There's a couple little things, but as you know, we're Ron Hatfield and Chris Vi and Andy Parker and myself are putting on a two-handed coaching clinic.
I just saw this. That's exciting.
On the 6th and 7th, and we sold out because we have it limited to 40 coaches for the 6th, and when that sold out, we opened up the 7th, and we're up to like 21 or 22 on that. So
Two-handed.
60 coaches that want to become better two-handed coaches. That's pretty cool.
Two-handed. I remember when we were first learning to coach two-handed, and which, again, doesn't feel like that long ago. And it sounds ridiculous to say, but there was a time when there weren't that many two-handed bowlers.
Well, you have a two-handed bowler on your staff that is 31 years old now that I coached in college.
Exactly.
Because Chris Vi and my son roomed together, so I remember him going through junior gold and working with him on the final 16, trying to get him on junior gold, and he always felt that he didn't have a chance because back then he didn't think they wanted a two-hander on the team, and I was like, well, why are you even thinking that way? But You know what?
He
we just bowled our way on. He just bowled his way on. It was all good.
I remember that year. That was awesome. And he didn't he win North Point too that year, or the old North Point, or was it the year before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I think that was the year that Jamie came in second.
Oh,
the North Point to I can't think of his name. He's a kid from Michigan. Green.
Oh yeah,
Green
yeah,
was his
yeah.
last name.
Yeah.
And
Anyway, yeah, Chris, he was one of the kind of first two-handers to do anything in this area.
Yep.
So pretty cool.
I remember, of course, back then we used, VHS tapes, the video, and I remember videotaping Chris when he was a junior in high school when I first started working with him.
Yeah.
And recently I asked him, would you like cops? He said that. He goes, oh, no.
It's like, I don't want to see that.
He has gotten so good,
He's great. Yeah.
I show my students a lot of video of Chris because he just keeps it in the box, and of course, so much information helps us flowing from Chris to the coaches around here. So.
Oh yeah, and now he owns and operates a shop.
Yeah.
With of course Mikey Tang.
We were there yesterday.
Yeah.
Getting ready for nationals.
Love it. I think he'll be around later today. We'll sneak him in the booth.
Yeah, he's a good one. He is one of the very good people on earth, that's for sure.
Wow, Chase got that going way far right. And he's like, I'm not sure if I thought it was going to go in the gutter, but it did recover and didn't get him in trouble.
Right.
It's always the fear.
That far right's a little out of bounds, right?
Slightly. From that angle, for sure. Even though it's a short pattern, you're like, yeah, the gutter. Although I don't think the gutter plays great here, right? Like, kind of depends.
What I have found, and we run that Team USA Sports Shot League on Tuesday nights here, and there's a lot of friction out there. And I don't care what pattern you do out, you can kind of get it right and bring it back. So, I don't know if you want to try to play the gutter, so to speak, but you could definitely get it down lane and bring it back to the pocket if you throw it good. So, you're going to see some players as we migrate where they miss in, they're going to miss the pocket because of the carry down.
Absolutely.
Look, did you see that? That just slapped him.
He didn't like that.
Not fun.
Luke's a SYC champ. We got some fans rooting on Weston Griffin here. Weston's he's been to quite a few SYCs, but his buddy, William Smith, who they've been traveling together for years and years, just aged out. And that's always a hard thing, right? When your buddy goes off to college. So William's off to Trine
University. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I pulled up. Aiden Lee does have a bio in here. He's 16 years old. He's been playing the cello for 12 years.
Really?
And he also has started playing pickleball. So he's multi-talented. He's come in second in an EYT dual pattern tournament, which is tough. Yep. 8th place in the Survivor tournament, 5th place in a PBA junior event, or junior regional, excuse me. And he is his game's solid.
It's funny. You watch all these bowlers, and sometimes we get the bad rap that we're not athletes. Man, these kids are athletic as all get out. It's crazy.
They could play any sport, really.
Well, a lot of them do, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Micah, I don't know if he still does, but Micah
was a good pitch.
A jiu-jitsu person.
Huh?
That's what he did when he was younger. I'm not sure if he's still doing it, but good, what is it? Not good patience from that, right?
Well, I would think that, but I would think also it could help his flexibility.
Oh, absolutely. There's Aiden.
Ooh.
Oh, dear. Little far in.
Yep.
Let's see if we have more bios. This is always a really fun test, Jeff, because you had a teenage son at one point.
I did.
But he was pretty responsible. He would have filled out his bio.
Oh, yeah. He would have definitely had it filled out.
Yeah, not every teenage boy in the field does.
Yes.
Let me tell you. But we do have a few, so I think we have one for one of the bowlers that'll step up in a few minutes.
I like Maddox's, though. We see a lot of bowlers that are involved with playing instruments in the band, which I think is good for tempo as well. So.
Absolutely. Well, and too, because I think when you were coaching at Notre Dame, there's sometimes you can do like a dual scholarship, right? Band and bowling.
Yeah.
At some programs.
Yep. Sometimes they get in the way of each other, so you got to be careful with
it. Good point.
But yes, we did.
Good shot by Gavin there. Yeah, I don't think people realize how big of a commitment bowling in college can be for the player.
Correct.
Aiden has only been bowling for 4 years this summer.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
No doubt.
Got a shout out for Andrew Sass.
Yeah, I think Andrew is going to grow into a very, very solid player based on what I'm seeing. His mechanics are really nice. You know, one of the things that we're working on when you watch Andrew is the head dipping a little bit at the release, and that would be something if he came to me, I'd work with him on. But
That's a big thing for two-handers.
Yep, they get below that 90-degree point, and then they got to recover. So, and that could throw the ball a little left and right at times. But really, if they keep their head up, and you watch Aiden Fukara, who's probably the best at it, his head is up, and he gets all that ball speed with it. So,
oh man, that was a good shot by Will.
Yeah, it sure was.
Dang. Although I learned this week again, or was reminded. I shouldn't say learned. I was reminded. Ron Hatfield did his seminar on the pocket,
right?
And he was teaching the kids not to be frustrated because there is that true pocket. Teaching them to look for that.
But not every true pocket strikes, right?
Nope.
What, 85 to 90%?
Yeah, it's like 90%. It's not 100%. Yeah.
Which just drives you crazy.
Round objects, hitting round objects. Silly.
Set up in triangles.
Yeah. Very challenging.
Well, the new equipment is pretty darn aggressive, too. So when it hits a pocket and drives through it, it could happen.
It does, yeah. Looks like Aiden's might be making a ball change here. Pulling out a summit. See what happens.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get something to slow down just a little bit.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, he just needed to get something he could get right with and recover. And that's it. You know, we're getting at a point in the tournament where you just got a little bit of carry down on that, and you just got to get something to get through it.
Absolutely. Mr. Nick Trendler, I don't want to jinx him. You're going to see him just off to the right of the screen here. That was a solid shot.
Yeah, that didn't leave anything around.
Yeah. 6 in a row heading into the 10th. 279 pace. Let's go. Mr. Trentler. He's an SYC
maybe next
champ.
game. It loosened up for him pretty good there.
Yeah. Also got Trey Hendricksmeyer. Have you seen Trey Bowl yet?
No.
Watch the young man on. Actually, I'll switch the camera over here so everyone can watch. See a full Trey. He last year won the youth division in the LBC.
Very nice. Yeah.
He's going to Wichita next year.
Wonder why.
Yeah, really. And on top of that, let me tell you that he just won his very first PBA regional. Now, he's not a member, so he doesn't get the title. He's still a youth, so it's smart money. However, still a.
That's a chunk, right?
He won the PBA regional. Beat AJ Johnson in the finals. So
that's awesome.
I think he'll be around for a minute.
Well, they're starting to finish up. So you know what? I'm going to bug out on you because I got to go write some scores down.
All right. Well,
Gotta
thank
keep
you
this
for
tournament moving.
thank you for volunteering, and
Absolutely.
we'll maybe pop you back in
good.
sometime today. So
Keep up the great work, Blair. I'm proud of you.
You too. Thanks, Jeff.
All
We'll
right.
see ya.
Bye-bye.
All right, Jeff is out to collect some scores, and we're gonna finish watching this pair of lanes here. I see Jay Hendershot in the chat. Hello, Jay. Good to see you. If you're not busy this weekend, head over to the Palace. We're hanging out. Love to see you. We'll come back to this view in a moment, but we're gonna see this pair of lanes finish up. That was a strike by Luke. This group is a little behind 37 and 38. Here's Mr. Camden. Got a little ahead of that one. Gets out of trouble. He'll take that. I just think Camden needs to move a little right, and then he's solid. I think he's just a little too far left. Just barely, though. Not that far off. Good recovery by Mr. Aiden. Aiden Lee, that is. I think this game and next game are going to be the toughest part of the 5-game block this morning in that transitional mode, figuring out where you should be playing. Hello, Kathy. We're missing you too. It's weird not having you at the SYCs. Ray, I see your comment in the chat. I believe our minimum right now to host an SYC is 48 lanes. Of course, the bigger the better. There is actually a place on the website, stormbowling.com/SYC, where bowling centers can fill out a form if they are wanting to host an SYC. That application goes straight to Leanne. She then will contact the bowling center if they fit the requirement, which the requirement is actually listed before they apply so that they kind of know what we're looking for. And she'll reach out and talk with the bowling center and see if they might be able to fit into a schedule. Oh, I need to switch the camera, especially for Kathy Pitts, because Nick Trentler is crushing it here. Let me turn the camera slightly so we can see Nick's last shot. This is Joseph here that you're gonna watch. Going for his spare. Nails it, no problem. These kids know how important spares are. Here's Mr. Nick. As mentioned, he was on a 279 pace. He changed balls just to see if he could get a different look, and ends with a 276 game. Great shot by Nick Trentler. I'm so glad the Trentler family hasn't completely left us yet. Nate, of course, is off in college. We miss him, but Nick is still here. It's always good. It's sad when we have to see families go. So sad, but they're on to the next adventure. Andrew, our friends from Coolwick do attend every SYC. So the SYC jerseys go on sale as soon as the entries open for the event. We do not, so you can order them in advance. There are different cutoff windows that change the price just for shipping purposes as it gets closer to the event. And then, so if, those are for if you want your name on the back, but our friends from Coolwick do bring jerseys to each event, and t-shirts and hoodies and blankets and all kinds of different stuff that they have in their gear that ships. We'll bring Coolwick into chat. We're excited that they joined us this year, and they've made some really cool designs. You see the Ohio designs throughout the event. Good shot by Aiden Lee. We're excited to see you in New York, Andrew. Those entries for the New York event do open on July 1st. We're gearing up for that. All right, so these bowlers that you're watching are entering their 10th frame. When they finish bowling, we'll take a very short break as the bowlers that are coming to this lane will change. Oh, Jeremy Combs is coming out to help someone sign up for the SYC. That is, Jeremy was a stellar SYC sign up champ, as we call them. That sign up process is just like buying concert tickets. And I will tell you all, we are as stressed in the office as you all are trying to get your kids in, trying to make sure that the event doesn't sell out or oversell, that is. So we're right there with you in stress on that day. We hate to turn bowlers away, but as you can see, we like to run a relaxed event, and if we add more people to the lanes, it becomes a little more stressful, the time becomes a little more unpredictable, the event becomes more and more crowded. We really wish there were just 100-lane bowling centers all over the country, but the ones that we have are pretty nice, especially the 64-lane center in Columbus. We love it here at Columbus Square Bowling Palace. Here's Mr. Micah. Going for a double in the 10th, and he nails that one. Perfect shot. Might try something different here. Camden changed balls. Good choice there. Awesome shot by Curtis. Figuring it out, getting through that transition. Micah is using his fill ball just to see if he can get a different read. Maybe try something that he'll try in the next game. Not sure that's the shot he wanted to throw, but it definitely recovered pretty well. 197 for Micah. Great double for Curtis. And great shot by Chase. All right, as mentioned, as these bowlers finish up, we'll take a short break and we will be back shortly. see Jay Crowley. Hello, Jay. We're missing you this weekend, but I hope Hillary told you how much fun she had at Hyper Bowling last night. It was fun to watch her bowl. All right, so the bowlers are quickly making their way. We will still take a short break because just so that people can move from one pair to the next. And we'll find someone else to do some commentary in the booth. So let's watch Curtis here. He throws his shot. Great shot, and we'll be right back. All right. Oh no. Do you want me to put what? Hold on. What's that? I'm good. Thank you. All right.
Are you
How's it
sitting
going?
higher than me?
They're different chairs. Yeah, I look taller. I feel good. I feel good. All right. All right. Hello, everyone. We're back. That was a very abrupt return. Here we are. We're back at the SYC Super Slam. I am joined by G.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, Gerald?
How are you, Blair?
Gerald, we are home.
The good old OH.
OHIO.
I-O.
We're doing the world's largest OHIO. I was corrected. The world's largest in a bowling center. OHIO
Yeah,
this
yeah,
afternoon.
we're going to clarify that one.
Yeah, Julie was like, you remember the shoe? We don't beat them.
You can't beat the shoe.
Yeah.
The
good point.
largest.
Good point. Good point. All right, so we're going to talk about some bowlers, but look at, okay, so we're wearing matching jerseys. I need to take this jacket off, which shockingly I'm cold.
Yeah.
Are you shocked? You should be, because it's 1,000 degrees in this state. But hang on, we're matching, and Connor is matching us.
Look at that.
Connor caught the memo today. Luke caught the memo too.
Yep.
You're going to see
There's
him
a few
step
of them
up.
out there.
Yeah. How is
The good old Buckeye colors, you know. I
Buckeye
feel
colors?
like a champion.
I know, Leanne, I had ordered a red and scarlet and gray shirt already, and Leanne's like, I'm ordering another one, and I'm just ordering you one because you'll be mad if you don't have this one. I'm like, yeah, I will be.
She was pretty happy when she had hers on. She was like, oh my gosh, we need to do this every Saturday. I was like, yeah. She was like,
yeah. So wait, we're scarlet and gray every Saturday
she wanted
now?
to wear this jersey every Saturday. I was
I'm
like,
in. Football season, I'm in. We're in. I love this.
I didn't know what to say. I was like, yeah.
We're all in.
At first, I was like, yeah, different colors. We could do something different
Yeah.
every Saturday.
Yeah.
She was like, no, this jersey.
I love it. I'm all in. Let's do it. I have shoes that match it. I should. So I'm wearing I could have worn my lows today.
You didn't wear your Buckeye lows?
Because I had the Flavortown jersey on. I did a quick change this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Flavortown did not match
That's
my
fair.
lows. My shirt tomorrow matches my lows, but anyway, it's fine. All right, so G, you had all kinds of shipping fun this week,
Yeah.
but
We
the
made it
gear
happen.
is here.
We made it happen.
So anyone that's listening that's here, or if they're listening and live in Columbus, what do you got at the table this weekend?
We have a little of everything. We have hoodies, t-shirts, quarter zips, jackets, pennants, backpacks, t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, hats, plates, nameplates, license plates.
You got it all.
We have it all. We have it all.
You know that we need to save one of those Ohio pennants for the office here at the Palace.
Yes,
We should give them one.
we'll do that.
And I want one.
We can make that happen.
Okay. All
We
right.
can make that happen.
I love it.
I just want to point out, Dylan's he's a tough cookie.
Yeah.
He's wearing his Michigan jersey here.
I know. There's been a couple.
There's a few of them.
I know. They're brave.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be part of the world's
Hey,
largest
respect.
OHIO.
No, they will not be chanting any Ohio chants
I
today.
would just
but
like to point out that we respected them when we were in Lansing.
we did.
I did not wear scarlet and gray.
We did
I
not.
thought about it, but
we
I
did
didn't.
not. But when you're the champs for the season,
Yeah, you gotta respect.
you gotta.
Yeah.
You
You get
gotta.
1 year, guys.
Yeah, you gotta brag about it a little. So we're gonna let them slide. We're gonna let them slide.
So
but-
you know this young man on 34 here.
Anthony Hornet. Yep. I drilled his first bowling ball. He threw his first bowling ball first shot with me. I taught him how to bowl. Up until the age of 16.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 16. And I moved. I moved away. I moved to Florida to work with Coolwick, and then his father hired Brian Voss and Tommy Jones as his other coaches. So
They're not bad.
yeah, they're not bad.
They're not Gerald.
They're not.
But-
It's Big Me. It's only Big Me.
Yeah.
Gee,
I
but
love it.
I mean, it is two Hall of Famers.
Yeah, I can't complain with that.
Yeah. I think they made a TV show a few times. My TV show is right here.
Right? I know, that's me too. I'm on pure live stream. That's what I am qualified
I'm a
for.
live stream guy.
Yeah,
I'm a
right.
YouTuber.
Yeah. Dawson Peterson here. Check this game out. Ooh. Clean. He's one of our friend Terry McKinney's kids.
Yeah, he was on the winning Bakers team yesterday.
That was fun, wasn't
Yeah.
it? The Baker?
Yeah,
Oh,
the Bakers.
so fun.
That was good.
Best dressed, they were wearing a Cool Wick jersey.
They were wearing those flower tropical jerseys. That was pretty cool.
I'll say it again.
Fresh
Although I
drip.
haven't seen anyone wearing it. Oh yeah, there are some. I was gonna say the floral jerseys or the Hawaiian or like actually right here on 37 and 38. Those are like very popular.
The 12-bagger neon leaves.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're sweet.
Yeah, every SYC I do a different colorway.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
my little special. That was my first jersey, one of my first jerseys, and I love it. So I always keep it alive with different colors.
The neon's cool. Are you gonna do another neon?
Yep.
Good. I like the neon.
Actually, it's a new one that just dropped. It's a gray one. It's on the
Ooh.
SYC website. It's gray with the neon colors
I'll have to check
running
that out.
through it. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, we got Keaton and Reese. Keaton's on 34. Smooth. These guys are so smooth.
Yeah.
I want to be like them when I grow up.
Go ahead and get some autographs.
Well, that's what we need to do. You're not wrong there.
Get them before they hit the playing cards, the collecting cards.
Exactly. So Jack Pearson last year, the Super Slam, he went on a tear and came in second. He's a member of our All-American team.
Okay.
Because the All-American team gets chosen at this event. This is the longest tournament in games, right? They bowl 20 versus the normal 15. And Jack averaged like 270. It's a little high. I'm exaggerating slightly,
Okay.
but I really do think he averaged 250 at two of the houses, and then he got caught by someone. Who came back and caught him? I'll have to look it up, but
Someone caught him.
someone caught him the last day, and it was but he bowled outstanding. Jack's going to Midland. He's wearing his Midland jersey. He's been one of those hard-working bowlers, right?
Mhm.
He just keeps getting a little better every single time.
Progress.
Yeah, it's been great to watch him grow up, and he's one that we have to say goodbye to. It's a sad part of this
man.
weekend.
Yeah.
We have to say goodbye to some of these kids.
Yeah.
It's not fair. I wish they could be youth forever. They don't, but I wish they
They
could.
do not, but yeah. Hopefully they, create a nice little stamp to have a little legacy to leave on.
That's
So,
right. Silas Moats. Another solid bowler.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
You like that one.
He did like that one. Cyrus here. Cyrus is another one that's really gotten better over the years. Solid game there. He did not like that shot, but Kathy Pitts would like to give you a shout out. She loves her Cool Wick jerseys, especially the custom made Yankees one.
Awesome. Yeah. Shout out to Kathy.
Here's Grant Taylor. Grant's from Ohio, little hometown. He probably still had to stay in a hotel. I think he's more Sandusky area, but not too far from home. He's probably bowled at the Palace a couple times.
Just a few. I haven't been to the Palace in years.
Right?
Probably been about 16 years.
It's a beautiful bowling center. I feel like you can relax at the Palace.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I don't think they call it this anymore, but when I was a kid, one of their marketing campaigns was like the Country Club of Bowling Centers.
Oh, really?
Which it kind of, like, it feels like that, right?
Yeah.
They have comfy chairs,
Yeah,
tons of room, come hang out.
it is. It's very spacious. It's clean,
Exactly.
well ran. It's great. This is definitely a spot to definitely hang out. You have a lot of good coaching.
Oh yeah,
Ron is here.
Jeff Robinson's hanging around.
Yeah.
Yvonne, you just met. Yvonne
Yeah,
runs
I
the
did.
youth program
Yep.
here. You were talking about the people you abandoned. I abandoned her. She likes to remind me.
Shout out to Yvonne.
Oh, she works so hard at this bowling center. She runs the youth program on Saturday mornings, and then in the summers they do a Tuesday night sports child league that is pretty much a full house. And a lot of these kids come in and bowl, and so she's here a lot. She also works with high school bowlers in this town. You should hook them up. Gahanna Lincoln. They're a fantastic bowling high school,
Oh,
and
really?
they have this really cool jersey right now with a lion. But I bet you could add some flair
Yeah.
to their team.
Absolutely.
They're like state champions. They're legit. You should ask
Some
her.
of the best bowlers come out of this state, right?
You should ask her to see the jersey that she has, and then you should tell her, we can help you out. She would love it.
We could do that. We're trying to make that happen. Set me up, Blair.
I love it. And you have some great group rates at Coolwick.
Yeah.
Want to talk a little bit
Yeah.
because the fans watching and parents that are watching high school bowling is huge in this state.
Yeah, we do. We have a program for the youth, collegiate, any of the youth associated groups. We have a price point for that. And if you're interested, just send an email to orders@coolwick.com. Actually, send an email to Derek@coolwick.com. Derek is going to be your guy that gets you that pricing, gets you on the setup with the program.
Let's go, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Nick is here with you.
Nick is here. Nick is my other designer. It's my partner in crime. So
You gotta get Nick on the live stream.
I know Nick. He probably won't.
I know
He
he's
probably-
like he's
Nick
more
is-
like he passes it to you.
He does. He's laid back. Nick's the other guy. He's the other half. It's me and him, and the boss lady is the designers. But
Yeah.
he's always in the cut. He's very quiet. He does a lot of good work too. Nick
He
does some
does.
good work too.
He's like silent but deadly.
He is. He is. They love him. But yeah, we
Great
take
job.
care of the youth. We take care of the college teams. We have a lot of college teams.
Love it.
What pattern? What pattern is this, Blair?
Short pattern.
The short pattern.
37 feet. I think it's 37. I had it pulled up earlier. Let me look. 37 feet, 25 mils. Now, the interesting thing, we were talking about it, there is a lot of friction to the right, but playing up the gutter is not always the best play on the short pattern in this house. But we're in game 3, and transition is not fun. Right?
No.
You got a little, if you can get to the left, I think.
Yeah, I'm noticing the ball up. A lot of
Yeah.
players are using urethane, and they're starting to shell up and get something that turns the corner a little down lane, but still stay smooth.
Yeah, I think it was Micah changed to one of the gems at the end of his game,
Mm-hmm.
and he missed right, and it totally came back, and he's like, "Whoa, that's what I need to change to."
Yeah. Basically went the opposite direction.
Right, urethane to
A big ball and still get the curve.
yeah.
Step in a little. Oh man, that's a lot. I hear a lot of striking.
Yes. Oh, we could look up some scores. Let's do this because I see one of our scorekeepers up at the desk, so I'm thinking that we are getting to the point where maybe some scores are put in. I wait until like midway through the game because if you pull it up too quick, everybody is. So we're watching U18. So currently, Nick Trentler is on a tear. Let's look at some game-by-game action.
Oh wow, plus 131.
Yeah, 250, 270. Third game, I wonder what he'll shoot, right?
Yeah.
Owen Williams, 240, 240. Luke Swatulski, who just bowled actually to the left, 267, 213. Quinn Dean, he's a local here. He's from Ashland. He's plus 78. I think he's bowling actually relatively close to our pair. Let me see what. Let me look at where he's at.
Someone over here with the front sits, first sits.
So Quinn he should be the D bowler on the pair right next to us, I think. Maybe that's wrong.
On 37, 38? Or?
Yeah, he's either D or, yeah, he's D. Quinn Dean, because Colin Cummings and Carter are on that pair too, right? Carter Colby. Yep. So Quinn Dean is the D bowler there.
Okay, so he has a chance for 233 if he punches out. He has 143 in the 7th with a double.
Nice. Dawson Peterson's in 15th. We're watching him bowl this game. Not bad. Yeah, so scores are high. You're right. There is some striking. Let's take a look over at the girls in the U18 division. Caitlin Peck is leading the pack, plus 38. Gianna Brandolino. Now, Gianna, her banner is right in front of us. She's currently in second. She's plus 21. She's chasing number 13 this weekend. She could break the record
Can she
this
break
weekend. She's tied right now with Jillian and Spencer.
with Jillian?
Yeah, 12. She could set the all-time record for both girls and boys this weekend.
Do we make a special banner?
Oh, well, I don't. You can do whatever you want.
She's on top, like.
So right now she's gold, right? She picked that color, which she actually asked that. She goes, because Jillian and Spencer, they used to have like a red, white, and blue banner. It was like navy blue with red. We gave it to them when they aged out, obviously. But she asked, she's like, I don't really want the navy blue. Can I pick my color?
No.
And we're like, yeah. And she wanted the little gold star look.
Yeah.
But maybe you can work with her and make
Maybe
a
she,
custom banner. That'd
platinum.
be awesome.
Maybe she could go with platinum, you know.
Ooh. Man. Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Quinn is from Reynoldsburg. I was hanging out with all the Ashland people. I apologize. I'm sorry. I've been gone too long. I don't know these kids anymore, G. It's so sad to me. I used to know them all, and now I'm like, I've been gone longer than I thought, honestly. So Reynoldsburg's a great program too. They got a great little bowling team.
Okay, Quinn, he can shoot 211 if he strikes right here. If he finishes field
Solid.
ball,
He's
still a
bowling
good
great.
game.
I want to see. I wonder if this is his first SYC because we haven't been here in 2 years. He did not fill out his bio, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it is his first SYC. He might have bowled in Ohio when we were here 2 years ago, but you can see him just to the right of your screen there. He didn't like that one.
No.
He was part of the Spirit group, the ones that won the Amped Spirit Award in the Baker, because his team stuck around and cheered on the other teams, which was super cool.
That's cool. As you should. That's cool. The finals ended up with U15 versus the U18.
Yeah, Carter Street was here, and his team won 2 years ago, and now he's aged out. He's bowls for Wichita, and he looked over at me and Leanne, and he's like, "Are you guys doing the U15 U18 challenge?" And we had forgotten because before the U15 had asked, I think it was Joss's team, maybe, if I remember right.
Yeah, Joss's team was the one that asked to bowl in their division.
Yeah. Well, but years ago, I think they asked for the challenge.
Oh.
And so we had forgotten, but we're like, yeah, if they want to do it, we asked the U15, and they're like, yeah, we want to challenge them. So then we let the U18 pick the lane, and they picked the U15 to have the harder lane. Tis. But it was fun. It's fun to watch the kids bowl those Bakers. They have a lot of fun in this.
Yeah. Started out electrified. I like it.
Yeah.
I heard you making sure, to keep that energy.
Oh, yeah. Come on. It was so quiet in the morning. I didn't even know they were done. There was, no cheering. Like, what is this? And hyper bowling last night. Did you check? What did you think
Was
of
that
that?
cool?
I thought it was way
It
cool.
reminded me of Top Golf.
Exactly,
somewhat,
right?
like,
Yeah.
that was the first time I ever seen something like that. Yeah, it reminded me of like a Top Golf. Yeah, all styles, all levels could bowl.
Yeah.
It kept everybody engaged. Um, it was a point system, different colors, stuff. You know, you had the rails. I didn't understand the railing. Right,
So Mike explained it to me today. So they're different colors, and one color, I think it was red,
hmm
canceled everything out. So the first color you hit was the multiplier, but if you hit red, you got 0. So you didn't want to hit red. And Mike said he was really good at hitting red. He's like, this is not fair.
That would be me.
Yeah.
Every time I release the ball, the red will appear or something like that, or I hit the red part of the railing.
But my favorite part was exactly when, so Julie came to us because we were looking for all kinds of different things for the kids because, you know, Columbus has a lot of social activities, but Friday night's a pretty hot night for people to go do like a Top Golf or something. So it's hard to get a discounted rate. But Julie worked with us and gave us a great rate for hyper bowling. And she said, you know, anyone can do it. And when we were talking, I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if a mom or a dad or a little sibling beat like one of our SYC
yeah.
bowlers, right? Because that's what this game is designed for. Is
Yeah.
like the person that maybe doesn't have all the fun when they're bowling normally. This game is super
They're
fun.
able to compete. Yeah.
Yeah. So the person that won our hyper bowling challenge, like number 1 in points, was Brooks Golden's mom. She beat everybody. And,
Really?
yeah, and I was talking to him after, and I was like, how does it feel to beat Brooks? And she's like, it feels great. And then I looked at Brooks, and I was like, how does it feel to have your mom beat you? It's like, it does not feel great. So it was really fun. It was exactly what we wanted to have happen.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the Palace is the world's largest hyper bowling center. Hyper bowling is, any bowling center can add it, but they have here. And so if you're in the Central Ohio area ever and want a fun night out with everyone, definitely come and join hyper bowling. It's really fun. I had to say.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Something I'm gonna definitely have to try out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But we have a couple more days. You can do it.
Maybe I take Nick on into a challenge.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Oh, for the break. During the break, I want to
Food truck?
No, well, definitely the food truck.
Have you ordered yet?
No, I think Nick's gonna order the
Pre-ordered.
Yeah, the grilled cheese.
Oh, it's money.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure he pre-orders.
All right, during the break. Go
But
ahead.
I'm gonna challenge. I want to challenge some kids on paper, scissors, rock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were doing this yesterday.
Yeah,
Did you beat them all?
I think I was like 80%.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna give away some free stuff.
Nice.
If they beat me.
We'll make that announcement.
Yeah.
I love how much fun you've brought to the SYC. You and Nick and our friends from Coolwick. You bring so much fun.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're young, and I like to try to stay young and engage with these young ones out here, and maybe they can teach me how to bowl.
I've learned so. So have you heard? I've learned so much slang in the last month. But have you
That
heard
too.
that Ohio is a new slang word and it's not a positive slang word?
I've never heard of that.
So people are calling Ohio like they say Ohio as if you're quirky. I'm like, excuse me. I don't. Yeah, you got to look it up. Look it up on the break. Go on social media. It made me mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't do Ohio like that.
That's wrong.
Quinn's mom's yelling at me. I know, Reynoldsburg. I got it now. I got it.
Don't forget.
Oh man, I will never forget that Quinn goes to Reynoldsburg for the rest of the weekend. I got you.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that, but
It makes me mad.
yeah.
Right? Thank you. We're gonna start a whole campaign against bring Ohio respect.
Yeah.
you tweens that come up with this slang. Who comes up with slang? That's what I want to know.
The young ones.
Because like Sigma's now a big deal. Like they call Sigma as in like great or best, like people and stuff. Like they're going really like.
This is other ones like Skinny the Duke Dop.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I don't.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I don't
was
even
like-
try that
I was
one.
like, what?
Yeah,
All the kids like laugh. I'm like, I'm confused.
I know. It's yeah. But when you realize that you've aged out is when they
Yeah.
start making non-words words, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, never mind. I can't. I'm over here.
Yeah, that's when I notice I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm
Amen.
old. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get. I think I'm gonna wake up every day and like Google the trending words for the young, so I could try to stay hip.
I love it.
Cause some of the stuff I say, they're like, "No, that's not cool no more."
I
or,
know.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, you're old.
what was the one? Swag is not cool
Yeah.
anymore. You do not say like we need to change the name of our swag bags. I don't know what we
It's
need to
drip
call
bag, or
Drip
I don't
bag.
know.
I know, right?
The
it.
drip.
The drip. Yeah, drip is all in.
Yeah. That and I've always said drip, so that's pretty cool.
You're like I was
ahead of the
this.
game.
Yeah, really.
I was.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's wow. That's an unfortunate leave right there.
That was not fair.
No, Dylan was on a.
No, not nice. Not nice.
He was on a string.
He was. Dylan's like, really?
Yeah.
We had a 233. Who's our D-bowler over there? Let's look. Oh, wrong thing. I have too many windows open today. So we got Dylan on this pair, but I need to go one more pair. D-bowler. Dawson Peterson.
Dawson, yeah.
233. That was a solid game.
Dylan with a 246.
You know, I would take that game. I know he's not happy. 240 is super solid.
Yeah.
He's like, could have been 260, but that's fine.
Yeah, he's on a 280 pace.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 280, but two. So then we have Jack Pearson here, 710. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
bowling gods. We appreciate you.
Yeah, it's high scores, or it's the complete opposite. The pairs not being very nice to some of the players.
There is that carry down that's kind of happening.
You're starting to see a lot of bowling balls hang out there a little, hitting those patches.
The hands up in the air that you just saw on the camera, that's Reese's fan club. And kind of the finally, because he got a double here. Which it can feel like that, right? When you're bowling this game and you're like so close and you don't realize you're just a little bit off.
Right.
It's brutal. Or even you realize, but you put it back on yourself. You're like, oh, it's me. All right, G. So we get a little break. No SYC in July. Are you guys? Where are you heading in July? You got any events you're working?
Yeah. Well, after this, me and Nick goes home for 3 days, 3 or 4 days, and then we head to Vegas for the True Amateur Tournament.
I'll be there for a little bit.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
tag.
yeah.
We'll be
I'll see
there.
ya.
Yep.
I'm only working a couple days.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we know Storm Utah. They one of the sponsors.
Yes.
Um,
You get Schlem though. Schlem dog.
we do get Big Slim.
Yeah. Can't.
Hopefully, he comes in there with the macho Randy Savage
Oh my gosh,
sunglasses.
right?
that he-
He's been rocking those every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then we get back home, and 6 days from there, we head to Junior Gold, and we're in Junior Gold for that time span.
Oh,
and,
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the pro shops and stuff up there, and
Cool.
I will be working in the pro shop, drilling bowling balls,
Oh, that's a little
and
different.
selling Cool Wick product.
Yeah.
At some of our pro shops that I'm affiliated with. So
Yeah. Not to interrupt you, but Steph is. You can see Tommy Jones just to the left of the camera. She said, "Can you ask TJ to move his bald head?" Steph, you can.
sure, I will. Since I'm a Hall of Famer, you'll probably listen to me.
Yeah, really. I'm not saying anything to Tommy Jones. He's on his own. All right. So you're heading to Junior Gold. You'll see a lot of these kids there.
I will see
So
a
which
ton.
shops are you going to be at in case someone is in need of things while they're in that
I'm not
area?
sure yet, but I know I will be at the Bowler Smart IQ.
IQ.
Our
Okay.
standalone brick and mortar shop we have up there. It's a bowling center / pro shop.
That's a cool one.
Yeah.
If you are in that area.
Hey Tommy, Stephanie said, "Can you move a little?" Alexander, she was like, "Can you?"
Stephanie Alexander.
She was like, "Can you step to the side a little?"
He said do something productive, Stephanie. He said stop worrying about my perfect head and worry about what Keegan's bowling. That's what he said. I haven't seen Keegan. I don't know where Keegaroo is today.
He was further down.
Further down.
Yeah, he started out in front of my table, and then
You might see
He
him
was
this
going to the
afternoon.
right,
He'll
yeah.
probably make his way either this afternoon or tomorrow morning. But all right, we're gonna watch Cyrus finish out, and then we are gonna take a short break. Gee, thanks for hanging out. We'll bring
Yes,
you back
ma'am.
in tomorrow
Absolutely.
or later this afternoon.
yeah, whatever.
We got a lot of
you know,
games, 20
I'm gonna
games.
Be hanging out. I'm gonna get my
Yeah, you got to get ready for
my
rock, paper,
scissors.
You better practice.
I
Like,
know.
there's some strategy to that
I know.
game.
I've been trying to like get in their heads a little. I'm like, oh, I know you're gonna choose rock.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna choose scissors.
Yeah. And then they
the
choose
first thing
something
they
else.
do is rock.
Oh,
versus,
nice.
It's been working. It's been
Ooh,
working.
Look at you.
Yeah.
All right.
Psychology.
Well, if you're in the area, go check out the Cool Wick table. If
That's
not,
right. StormYouthChampionship.com,
that too.
CoolWit.com, 12bagger.com, and all the other affiliates. We're everywhere.
I love it. All right. Well, thanks for hanging
All right.
out.
Thanks,
and we'll
Blair.
be right back. All right, we are back. We will be joined by John Martin this round, past SYC dad, now current dad of a PWBA champ. She's not a member yet, but I'll have to figure out how to say that because technically she's a champ, but she doesn't quite have the member, so it doesn't count as a title. But I think she could break the record for number of titles pre-membership. We have Miss Emma Yoder over here on lane 34. Such a solid game. John is coming. All right, John Martin has entered the booth, and we just had to tell him, don't press the buttons. John, don't press the pretty colors.
We're going to have a contest. Red, blue, green, or yellow.
Oh, my goodness.
See which one I press first.
Oh, my goodness.
See what happens to the live stream.
Oh, this will be exciting. I've never pressed the buttons. I don't have them set up yet, so they could do anything. All right, John. Everyone knows your daughter's name, Jillian Martin.
They know mine too because you just called me John.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. You're the John Martin. Jillian currently holds the record for SYC titles, tied with this young lady, Gianna.
For about another day. That'll be that.
Now, Jillian was at a disadvantage, though. I do say this. There should be like an asterisk. Because at the time, we didn't do 9 events a year when Jillian and Spencer were collecting all these titles. You would have come if there were 9 events a year. You would have been at like at least 8 of 9.
I may have, but you know, I'm also really old school. And if we want to talk about true greatness, Mabel never lost. So
Mabel was
if we want to talk
incredible.
about the greatest SYC bowler of all time,
Yes.
it's Mabel Cummins, and it's not even close.
Yes.
And
She also disadvantaged. Not very many SYCs.
correct, but she never lost.
She did
She was
not.
6-0. She never lost.
She was incredible. Yeah. So maybe we should make, you know what, John Martin? I'm going to give you another job because you don't have enough.
Great, awesome.
You should be the official SYC historian. We need one.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Anyway, all right, we got Griffin Jordan here, another name some people recognize.
Man, you got the best of the best in the live stream right now.
I didn't even plan this.
You got Griffin, you got Gianna, you got Joss.
Yeah. Look
Man,
at little
those are the
MJ
ones I
too.
know.
MJ, he's a young one coming up. He's awesome. Mr. Melsim. And yeah, explosive. I jinxed him because that's a hard spare, and I just talked about him. And so, yeah. We got also Ariana Arojo.
Oh, she's good. Yeah, she's good too. She's solid too. She's another
Emma
solid
Yoder.
player. Yeah, another Jacksonville State. I feel like this is like the Jacksonville State tournament. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I think their whole starting 5 from next year is bowling here
yeah.
right
Caitlin
now.
Stoll just to the right.
Right.
Kendall Craig is going to SCAD. She's a great bowler.
Yes. I saw that. We got a couple of SCAD players here.
Yes.
Can you name the other one?
Can I name? Well,
Can you name the other player here that's going to SCAD?
well, it's Aiden for Akawa.
Nope. Female.
Oh, no, I don't think I can actually.
Caitlin Campbell.
Oh, I didn't know she was going
Yes,
to SCAD.
yes, she
That's
committed.
awesome.
I found that out doing all my research. Found out all Katie's players that I.
Which is a fantastic segue. John, you just accepted a brand new, another position, another job.
Yes, I did.
Where are you headed?
I am headed as the head coach of Valparaiso University, and I start this fall. And we've got a pretty good team, so we'll see what happens. got a lot of good girls. They all came back. All the ladies came back. So
You didn't scare them away.
I did not scare them away. They did not see me. Some of them are actually really happy I'm the coach. So
They should be.
I'm very happy about it. We're going to work pretty hard. We're going to have a lot of fun. I can tell you that. So,
So
if
does this mean
if anybody
you're
knows
moving?
me,
You're.
yes, I
is
already
it-
have a place.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I have a
Nice.
place.
Okay.
My wife will join me in about a year,
Okay. Nice.
and we'll figure out where we're going to live on long term and be closer to Chicago and closer to.
That was
Coach
kind of
Will
the
and-
plan, right? I
Yeah,
remember
kinda.
you talking about it. You wanted to make that move, so.
And I
Very
really
cool.
like the school too. It's just a small town, small school. It's really neat. It's really awesome actually. So
So if anyone listening or anyone in the field, obviously you're here talking to some of the bowlers this weekend, and I'm assuming you're going to be a junior gold this summer.
I am not going to be a junior gold this summer. I'm going to be in Korea
Oh yeah,
watching Junior Team USA and Jillian compete and Gianna compete.
I guess that comes first.
Annalise O'Brien will be on junior team for Junior Team USA, and Caitlin Abaganya. So we'll have a Vanderbilt, we have a Nebraska, and we have 2 Jacksonville State players. And I couldn't tell you the guys' team because I don't pay any attention to that side of the sport.
Have you
unfortunately.
ever been to Korea?
I've never been to Korea.
Oh my goodness, that's exciting. That's
Yeah.
a big trip.
Looking forward to it. There's actually I think there's 36, 37 federations competing.
Wow,
There's a lot.
that's amazing.
Should be really, really good. And then we can see why all the Malaysian and Singapore girls are dominating our ladies tour.
Now, I know this will not happen frequently because Valpo's not in NCAA. are
Oh
they?
yeah, we're Division I, Conference USA.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm outdated because I don't. It's hard to follow this stuff. In my defense, college bowling, there's so much of it.
You can
If you're not in it,
go to NTCA Bowling and
Okay,
just
shush.
kind of look if you want.
shush, John.
It's just right out there, Blair.
All right.
Simple Google search.
So it is NCAA. So do you and Jillian have a little challenge, school to school? Yet?
Oh
I
no,
asked her
there's no
this.
challenge. There's no challenge. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be really good. I'm really looking forward to it.
I love it. I love it. All right. We're watching Emma. Emma Yoder's a great player, like you said, heading to Jack State. Ariana. I think it's Ariana. She's not committed anywhere yet, right?
Ariana's going to Louisiana Tech.
L Tech.
L Tech.
Alright.
Yeah, see. Allie Taylor's going to Pikeville.
I did know that one.
See.
I didn't know how old Ariana is.
There's a
Great
few.
shot.
I think Ariana is, if I've got this correct. Yeah, so she's 2025, so she should be
Okay.
going into her senior year.
Okay.
And I could be wrong. I mean, this is 40 minutes worth of research
That's fair.
last night before I came here. So if I get it wrong and there's a chat and they want to blow me up,
Oh, they will. They'll
feel free.
yeah. Oh, look, Columbus Square Bowling Palace commented. We're so happy to be here at Columbus Square Bowling Palace.
I love this place.
I do too. Thanks for having us. We had a hyper bowling party last night. You could have beat Jillian at hyper bowling. If she was here and you were bowling, you totally could have beat her.
Blair, I'm 56 years old. I'm
No.
not anything with the word hyper in it. It's not going to be good for me.
Hyper bowling is against the grain of salt of bowling because you are trying to hit a color on the bumper and it multiplies the score like Joss was doing it.
I
And
could do that.
Exactly. So Joss and I was watching Kai and Joss and Alex Crawley. They had figured it out. Like if they aimed at the gutter and just hit it slightly, but still hooked their ball, so it wasn't like bouncing off. They were nailing hyper bowling.
Right.
They were
well,
good. They're pretty good.
Kind of sounds like something Joss can do.
Yeah, they can do anything. Like here's Joss and straight. Yeah, it's fine. Keaton Ostrowski, he's all right too. These kids are really talented.
So what do you think about this pattern? Where do you think this? Where's everybody? What do you think about how they're playing it? What
Well,
they're
right
doing?
now we're in massive transition.
Uh huh.
So the ones that have jumped in, I think, are scoring higher. Jumped in with reactive. The ones that are staying with urethane have to be more accurate at this point, which they can do. But a lot of them have balled up at this point. We're in. We're inside now. The girls. This is the first time we've seen the girls play this one. So you've been watching the girls more. What have
Yeah,
you
this
seen from
this
the
was
girls?
always kind of the SYC thing that I always found fascinating about doing this is you start where you start and then you migrate into the guys. And then you have to make, and then all of a sudden the lanes are like something you've never seen. And it's like you're bowling on planet Mars trying to figure it out because everything you had is gone. And then you try to move left a little bit and then that's not there. And then
Yeah.
you're basically bouncing around and seeing it. So, but I saw somebody playing in really early that scored really well. I've seen people playing right that are scoring really well. I think you got a lot of different options here.
Yeah. It's like Ariana's moved way in. Of course, two-handed. Missed in. Gets away with it.
Good to see we still have a lot of hold out here on the SYCs. It's always nice.
Well, it's so here's what happens. When KEGEL is the hardest job in the world. We've said this. So they design these patterns for every event, for every bowling center. So they do their research. They see where the bowling center is, any history that they may have had or have on the bowling center. But then they have to design patterns that not only challenge a player like Caitlin Stahl that you see up there, who's Junior Team USA,
And going to Jacksonville State.
But also doesn't demoralize a bowler that it's their very first big tournament ever. So we want them to come back. We don't want to put out the U.S. Open because
Nobody should have to bowl in the U.S. Open.
That would be
play.
hard.
That was not fun. That was really hard watching day 4.
Yeah, U.S. Open is hard. So you will not get the U.S. Open if you come to the SYC. You'll get a challenge, but it won't be something that we hope that you'll learn something and be able to go, oh, I really need to work on this. I really need to work on moving in. I really need to work on a different hand position. Something.
Well, and even the patterns at the U.S. Open, it's designing patterns is really hard. I mean, I would bet if you asked them what they wanted for the scoring for the first 3 days, the cut being plus 100 and change or whatever it was, is not what they would be saying that they were looking for. So
I don't think so. No. Anna Antony here on lane 34, not Gianna. Gianna's up on 35. Of course, she is going to strike again. 4 back.
All right, but she's just got left and way left, and let's go, man.
Yeah. Anna Antony, though, two-handed young lady. Always getting better every time I see her. Covers her spare.
No
problem.
chopping there.
No problem. Jonathan Abaganya is in the chat and says, good morning, and he can't wait to see you in Korea.
Jonathan Abaganya, good morning. It must be nice being on the West Coast. Get up, watch a little SYC.
We've been up for 5 hours.
Get your coffee.
6 hours.
Must be great.
Yeah.
Yes, he'll be in Korea as well. I'm looking forward to this.
I'm excited for you guys. That'll be fun.
It's kind of fun watching the kids get older, and it's weird coming back and seeing some of these players and just how old they get and growing up and
fast.
all that stuff. It's just it's very wild. And then they leave and then they start the next group. So how are you doing with that? Because you guys started this, you ran it. You've only had a couple of iterations of sort of graduations, really.
I know.
Like, how are you kind of getting in the swing of things with this, or how's that going?
Well, 2 things. One, I Micah Voris and Morgan Klein, those two, Mr. Klein told me the other day, they've been bowling the SYCs for 7 years.
Right.
So they're some of our longest bowlers because they were U12 when they started. So it's so bittersweet every year. Like this event, right? Like we have to say goodbye to some bowlers, and you just said like it is fun to watch them because we get to watch them when they're younger, and then we do look at where they go to school and we look for their names and we hope they continue bowling. But it truly, like, it's cliche, right? But as bowlers leave, new young families come in and we get to know them, and it's it's not the same, right? We definitely miss seeing you every week, like or every month.
Nobody misses seeing me, Blair.
Oh no, we do. You were true entertainment every month.
Yes.
We loved the John Martin days, and Susan Robarge still sends us a text every once in a while. So we love connecting with the families, and it's sad. We get a little sad when we leave in June,
Well, you had a
Give
pretty
on.
good field this year in U12. How many did you have? 12, 13?
Sorry, there's a pin. Mr. Landon Jordan here. He looks angry. Does Landon look angry to you?
No, Landon's not angry. Landon just focused.
Oh, focus.
It's
Okay.
another one that's growing up.
I know. Remember when they were little? You do, because your daughter was young.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, a little bit of it. I think when you do this, what's weird, and I have talked to a couple parents about this, is you actually end up remembering a lot more of the older kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
so like,
true. Yeah.
so Sean Bibby is the head coach over at McHenry,
Yep.
and I'll never forget him. One of Jillian's first tournaments when she was like 10. It was a JTBA, and he was in college in St. Louis, and you know, she's got a big old wrister on throwing the ball, and he helped her out. He was just completely and totally welcoming, and you know, it's very neat to see him get a job over at McHenry and do that. I just think he's just a wonderful human being. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of these coaches out there too. So
That's a really good point that I hadn't considered. That you do remember the kids that are older. So for these kids, like a Gianna or Landon, when they go to college, they get to bowl with the kids that they kind of grew up with, right?
correct, and they do. There's a lot in bowling, especially. There's a lot of the sort of older bowlers showing the younger bowlers, and they do. They know who they are. I mean, there's people that looked up to Jillian. There's a lot of girls who look up to Gianna.
Yeah.
You know, and you kind of fill that
100%.
role and do all that stuff, and you know, and then the next generation comes up and they come through it, and it's really neat about the sport because you know, you think about baseball and the way of like baseball's all broken up into, you know, U8, U9, and you know, have all your divisions. You know, we're one of the few sports where you can actually go out there and play against somebody who's 6 years older than you, and you know, if you want to be a 12-year-old acting like an idiot, you know, you kind of see an 18-year-old out there like probably shouldn't be acting like that. Like, so this is what I need to do. So, and it has taught Jillian a lot at a younger age. So
Yeah, it was really cute. Gianna's team was in the finals, and they had an all-girls team that made the finals of the Baker yesterday.
Mhm.
They unfortunately lost, but there was an all-girls U15 team that was sitting behind them and watching
such a
them
good
and
ball by
cheering
Joss.
them. Yeah, Joss is incredible.
No, he's in such the right piece right now. Just
And he's zoned in. You can tell he's focused,
well, yeah, but the ball's just it's
doing the
it's
right
like
thing.
perfect. Yeah, you just really good.
Okay, so I want to ask you a tip for other parents that might be listening later when they're watching this back. Kids want to make Junior Team USA, so we've been talking about Korea. Jillian, of course, how many years has she been on Junior Team or Team USA total? Do you know?
This is either her 4th or 5th year. I'm not sure.
Okay, so what tips do you have for that process, right? Making Junior Team USA.
I mean, making junior team, you know, it's. I mean, the first thing is it's hard. It's extremely hard, and then the second thing is it's hard to get to travel. So it's always easier to actually make junior team usually at team trials than it is to make junior team at junior gold, just because they're playing the lanes better, they're breaking down better. It's a much simpler process if your game is there. But you have to be able to you have to be able to keep it together. I mean, your level of focus and what you're doing. If you think you're going to make junior team just showing up and freaking out or worrying about stuff or anything like that, it's one bad game and you're doomed, because you have to be top 4. You know, they take 6, so it's the top 4 plus the 2 finalists. So it's just not easy. There's nothing easy about it.
Yes.
And then once you make it, you've got to get picked to travel over, you know, a bunch of other bowlers who are unbelievably good. So, you know, just making it in and of itself is, you know, you see these kids, they dream about doing it, and they go junior gold after junior gold after junior gold. I mean, everybody sees Jillian's success, and I'll never forget when she was 14 at team trials and wanted to make junior team, and she's running down the lanes talking to her coach because he's there coaching Mabel, and she's 7th or 8th or 9th or 10th, somewhere around there, hoping she's going to get picked. And, you know, I'm like, there's no way they're picking you. You're 14 years old. And she doesn't get picked, and she's crying. And it's like, but that's the stuff that drives you, because you have to be the best of the best that's out there in order to do it. And if you're doing it, you've got to be Gianna Brandolina.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's what you're doing. And you look at what they're doing and what they're able to do with a bowling ball, and you've got to be that good. And if you're not that good and if you don't have that versatility, it's going to be really hard. So,
Yeah, I mean, and you just talk about driving factors, right? Like Gianna, Landon Griffin, and Abby Starkey, who's not here this weekend. She had she's prepping for a busy summer, right? You do have to take some time off every once in a while. That's what people forget.
it's critical. Yeah, I watched that happen last week. You need some time off. Bowling is hard.
It is hard, and if you do week after week, but those four have really grown up together, and they've driven each other to be better, bowling in the same tournaments, and it's not always easy, right? Like someone wins, someone loses. There's a car ride home. It's not always glamorous, you know.
Well, they've also got good coaching. I mean, coaching in the sport really means so much, and there's a lot of really good coaches in Chicago. I mean, you know, Landon's dad is. I mean, the guy knows what he's doing.
Amazing. Yes.
You know, I mean, Abby's coach knows what he's doing. William knows what he's doing, and you can, if you get stuck with a coach and you're not getting what you need, you have to be willing to do something else. And sometimes that is, I need to drive 6 hours to go see my coach. And if you're not willing to do that as a parent and you expect your kid to be good, it's going to be really hard to do that. And you know, it's hard because you can be in areas of the country where your bowling alley's not open enough. You don't have the access to really good coaching. You know, that was a really good shot.
Really great by MJ.
You know, so that's what you need. I mean, as a parent, the best thing you can do is seek out the best you can find and communicate with your kid about what they're getting. See, that was just so much better how she threw that ball.
It was great.
He is going to punch out for 279, and it's almost a guarantee because he's not missing again.
No, Joss, he's lined up. Gianna here, though, she needs... I don't know if the last two shots have been her or if the lanes are transitioning on her. That's an incredible shot right there.
It was her.
It was her. Never mind. Moving on. Okay, carry on with the coaching. I like this train of thought that you have.
Yeah, it's just it's difficult. I mean, we operate, and I've said this about the Pro Tour. I mean, if you go do international bowling and you see the way people run their programs, and I think Singapore is a great example.
Yes.
You know, it's not like our model. I mean, you move up through the program, and you're going to graduate and move through the program as you get better and improve. And if you don't improve, you don't go on. You're done. You go do something else. And when they end up with the elite of the elite, they've progressed through a program. Us, you've kind of got to. You have to do that all yourself. It's not kind of. You have to do that all yourself. You've got to find good coaches. You got to find stuff, and there will be coaches that can help you get from one level to another. You know, we had that when Jillian was younger, and then she got to a point where she wasn't getting what she needed, and we had to go find something else. And that's not, you know, saying that, you know, I think William's the best coach because he's been the best coach for my daughter, but there's also, you know, other great coaches out there. I mean, and they're all over the place, and I don't want to say they're easy to find, but you have to, if you're not getting what you want and your kid doesn't have the physical game that you're looking for, you need to find somebody else, because sometimes that's just a different message. Sometimes it's about how much work they're willing to put in doing that stuff.
And how available they are, right? Like, even regionally, like Ron Hatfield, right? He's based out of here.
Great
Fantastic coach, right? And he did a seminar this week. And the one thing that I think all of the coaches that you mentioned, right? Like a Tony Jordan, William, Bill Spigner, Ron Hatfield, and we could keep going, right? The list goes on and on and on. The one thing that I know they all have in common is on the weekends that the kids are bowling, they are available. If they're not at the event with the bowler, you can text them. The mom and dad can call them. If there's a breakdown, like not a breakdown in the lanes, a breakdown on the bowler, they can call them on the break and be talked off the ledge, which is really important. It is a mental. The mental game is so huge in bowling, and this is it's hard.
But you also have to, you got to be able to see the ball motion. You got to understand what's going on. I mean, this isn't just, I mean, yeah, get to the physical part of the game. That's great.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about ball motion.
100%.
And how many people bowl and they don't understand ball motion, and they haven't seen it, and they don't. I mean, in the surfacing before or whatever.
Right.
You know, they're out there doing that stuff, and the guys are better than the ladies at it. They talk a lot more. You know, They just do. So, but if you don't have that and you're not able to have somebody you can talk to about that, and that's one of the things that was great about Coach just being at all the events is you can now have a high level conversation and you can understand the game so much better. And there's a lot of ladies that have really good physical talents, and you know, me when 5-8 years ago standing behind my daughter trying to figure out with the ball motion, like I needed help,
easy.
you know.
Yeah.
And now, you know, you get to the point where you've watched thousands of bowling balls go down the lanes. It's a little easier to.
You see
Well,
it.
it's a lot. I mean, I see it.
Yeah.
I don't.
You have to.
I might not necessarily describe it correctly
Right.
in bowling terms. You knew that was coming. No, that was coming. Like the last one did the same thing.
I know. Yeah, but Joss. That's all right.
But it doesn't matter. It's
it doesn't.
268. It's all good.
He's fine. And Allison here, Coach Will, we should give a shout out to Bowlers ER in Illinois that she's wearing that jersey. Allison and Grant work with Will. I think there's some other bowlers in the field that.
Did that last shot seem like it was a touch slow for Gianna?
It did.
It just seemed like it was a touch slow.
It did. Yes. Yes. I did overhear yesterday in the Bakers. They were working a little bit on her shoulder. Her shoulder was dropping. So I'm not sure if that's in her head. Keaton here. I don't know if we've mentioned Mr. Keaton, who's got flashy outfit on. He's solid. Would you wear that outfit, John? All pink?
I wouldn't look good in it.
Keaton pulls it off.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're young guys and they're skinny. I mean, I'm a fat old guy. Fat old guy and wearing pink. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Not going to go over well. I would not be Ken-tastic doing that. It would not. It would be Ken awful. It would be unbelievable.
And here's Caitlin Campbell. Solid. Scad, you said?
Scad, I said.
All right, I like it. Scad is.
Katie's going to do wonders over there. Well, she always does. I mean, there's just another great college coach who knows what she's doing and makes players better. And
100%.
You know. But hey, like that's the tree, you know. You got Shannon O'Keefe and all the ladies going and coaching. You know, Rebecca Hagerman's now at Wisconsin Whitewater. You know, you got Bree, the assistant over at McKendree. I mean, you're going to have she's like the Bill Belichick of the coaching of the college coaching world. Yeah. You know, and I mean the great thing about it is everybody's going to be a really happy player.
Oh yeah.
You know, with this great family-oriented attitude, we might have the happiest college bowling world we've ever had, thanks to Shannon, because everybody's going to be so supportive and wonderful with players and be like, what the hell's going on? Nobody ever gets anything.
There's no mental game issues in college bowling from the youth players.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
They're all great.
That's funny stuff.
Great shot by Griffin. Griff has unreal game, and he works so hard at it. He is like the craftsman of the game.
That's always the weird thing, like when they're young, like especially when you got two of them, you know, like who's going to be better, who's not going to be better, just to go back and forth and that. That to me is really fun to watch.
By the way, Anthony Swanson has been just, under the radar over here. He's just throwing strikes.
He worked with Will for a while and then didn't, and yeah, he's another one Anthony's solid. He's a solid player.
Super solid. Yeah, you talked a little bit. So, and this is a sensitive subject, but I think it's a subject that a lot of parents run into, and coaches understand that this needs to happen, and it is sensitive and it can be emotional. But when you decide, like, hey, I need to change a coaching situation, right, for whatever reason. Like you said, leveling up. And sometimes coaches are open about it, right? Like, hey, I can get you to this level, but then you need to go over to this coach because this is going to take you to the next level.
Yeah.
How do you have those conversations, or how would you recommend a parent have those conversations?
It was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. I mean, I'll never forget when Jillian started going to Coach Will, and we had talked, and I'd seen what he did with the videos and whatever, and we went and talked to her coach that was coaching her, and he just didn't have the time to do it. I mean, It was just, he had a pro shop, and, he's always great, just the nicest guy in the world, and just shout him out, Don Hogue,
Fantastic.
Donnie Hogue out at Riviera, and, bowls on the senior tour. And
he's part of Team Canada.
Oh, man, and just an amazing, amazing human being. But it was just, he didn't have the time to be out there and do what really needed to happen. And at the end of the day, you go talk to him. That was one of the things I taught Jillian. Like I'm welling up thinking about it, again, because that's what I told her. I said we have to go have a conversation.
Yeah.
This isn't a phone. This isn't a text. We need to go talk. And
Face to face.
we went and talked face to face, and I bawled my eyes out having that conversation because I just absolutely love the guy.
Yeah.
So, but it was just something to do, and he thanked me. He was happy that I came and was honest about it and told him what was going on. There's a lot of people that just stop, they just ghost you, or they don't text you, or they don't do all that stuff, about it. And but it's one of those things you just have to have that conversation and do it. And it's nothing personal. It's just you can think about all the great tennis players in the world, and all the great golfers in the world, and all that stuff. They go through a lot of coaches. It's really necessary if you want to compete at a super elite level in order to develop your game, that you get multiple coaches and multiple eyes to be able to see you, to be able to get to that point and do that stuff. So
well, and sometimes to your point, and we talked about this, I can't remember what event or which coach. It's not unheard of in other sports to have multiple coaches if there's a strength, right? Like if you have a really great mental game coach and a really great physical game coach, and they're willing to work together, there's nothing wrong with that, right? As long as they're communicating about what they're working on and talking to the parent and talking to the kid. Because in other sports, you have like a swing coach and a running coach and a hitting coach and
and this one I think you do kind of need. You do need one because there's so many aspects of this game that go together. But like the mental side of it, like you talked about, I found a mental coach for Jillian. She worked with Olympic players, and basically one of those things. Like you just start researching information and find out stuff. And I found somebody, and she's had that same person that she's been working with for 5 years now.
Yeah.
She's been talking to her, and it's good because it gets you out of it. Because I like to think I'm a pretty good mental coach, but at the end of the day, you get a different message. Somebody younger, a lot of it really has to do with age, and find a good 25-year-old Olympian that's ex-Olympian that's working as a mental coach. So they're gonna be pretty good,
and they'll connect with the player.
Exactly.
Right? All right, Joss did finish with a 268 for anyone keeping tabs on him.
And that ball's going to see it, and it's going to strike, and it's so easy right now for him, and that's just
good
simple.
job, Griff. Austin here. Austin had a little bit of a struggle on this pair. I really, his game is so solid. I think he's just in between either the ball or where he needs to play on the lane.
Yeah, you just cheat, man. You got a cheat code here. You got a lot of cheat codes around you. Just cheat.
I know I think he's actually gonna get out of the urethane, which I think is the right choice. See if he makes the big
definitely
enough
the
move.
right choice.
Right, makes a big enough move is the next.
Dude, that's
move.
out the window.
And
if he can strike on that, that's unbelievable. Yeah, exactly. That was terrible. You're gonna give you that.
Take it, Griff.
Yeah. Good old SYC hook.
John,
love that SYC hook player.
Thanks. We miss you so much. Thanks for coming this weekend. I hope you talked to some players, and if one more shout out.
Appreciate you having me. If anybody is interested in college bowling, you can reach me at john.martin5@valpo.edu, and feel free to reach out, send me videos, talk to me. More than happy to help out, even if you don't go to school there. I'm more than happy to help you out in the college process. So.
And then my biggest advice is go watch them bowl college tournaments next year and watch how John coaches in action.
Yeah,
that's the best way to
it's
see
always
it.
good to watch. It's size of school matters too.
Absolutely, and what you want to do.
Yeah, do what you're comfortable with, and it's not even what you're going to major in. Really, it's how big of a school do you want? Do you want to bowl USBC or NCAA?
100%.
How well do you get along with the ladies on the team, and then you can figure it out. So.
I love it. Well, thanks
all
for
right,
hanging out
that's all I got,
with us.
Blair.
We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
All right, we're back. We got some more young ladies. Looks like we might have the U15 girls in front of us. Asher Mertz, Caitlin Peck. Caitlin Peck was bowling really well this morning. Nice shot by Asher. That was a great spare. Let's see who else we have on this pair. Looks like we will have Natalie Yale, Asher Mertz, JC Smith, Taylor Stacy, Caitlin Johnson, Amelia Lemonowitz, Alexa Escamilla, Malia Briggs, Olivia Lizzie, and that is the bowlers that you'll be watching this game. Here's Miss Amelia up on lane 33, and of course, Olivia Lizzie and Jillian Justinger. Great spare by Amelia. I'm gonna wait this game. I'll try to pull up some scores for you all. Go through where everyone is in the standings. Right now they're inputting scores. Here's Miss Taylor. I love her braids. So pretty. Pretty good shot. Nice shot right there. Definitely going to have some fans cheering on Malia Briggs. She has a great YouTube channel sharing reviews. Yeah, go around this side and slide in. All right, we're going to have a special treat in the live stream. Up this way. All right, we have a special guest joining us in the booth, Mr. Jaden Combs. What's up, Jaden?
Not a whole lot.
That's a lie. You have you're in college now.
Yes, getting acclimated to being back home from college.
How was your first year?
Fast is how I described it to everybody. It went by super quick. We were fortunate enough to bowl really well, so we, had that keeping me busy along with class and stuff. So it was a good year. I'm excited to get back, be back with the guys, hopefully chase another national title.
Is it weird to come back and be at an SYC?
Yes. I was telling Leanne, these are people that I came in with.
Yeah.
And they are almost going to be in the college bowling scene here soon. And that is going to be a bit different, I would say. But I told her it was a cool little bit to bring some of these guys to visit school with me.
Oh, yeah.
These are the people I came in with. So getting to, walk them around and stuff was pretty cool.
That's fun.
Yes.
So what's been your favorite part about the transition from youth to college?
I would say that the team aspect is fun.
Yeah.
It's a very energetic environment. And so, getting to communicate all the time, you're not really doing it for yourself anymore. And so it's a bigger picture than just yourself. So being a part of a good program and chasing something together definitely makes it a lot more worth it, I would say.
I love it. I love that.
Yes.
All right, well, we're watching some U15 girls. I'm letting the scores kind of tabulate, and then we'll pull up and see where people are. This is game number 5?
Yes.
Game number 5. So kind of see who is leading the short pattern, if there's any ties. What was your favorite pattern, the SYCs?
I medaled on all, but probably long.
Long was your fave?
Yeah, definitely more lower to average speed, so I could see my ball hook then, you know.
I like it. This is Addison Harvey. Got a little
Nice little trip 4 there.
Yeah, you know, the you boys create a lot of friction for the young ladies on the short pattern.
Yes.
And you create this interesting like carry down and you burn it up. So especially the younger ladies that may have a little lower rev rate or some ball speed that's lower, they have to figure out where to play.
The oil in the heads kind of goes away pretty quick with the boys, and it takes it down lane because a lot of urethane is being thrown.
For sure.
So it does get it a little tricky. I've noticed that both sides of the house have been playing completely different, and you know, there's a lot of people scrambling for ball reaction. So grinding out those 2 O's to 2 teens are really not bad games right now.
Absolutely not. Asher's wearing the jersey that they dubbed Flavortown for Columbus.
Okay.
Flavortown. I
You
love
know, the Jersey games have definitely stepped up, I would say, since
right?
I was here. They are nice.
Yeah, there used to be some more solid colors. Now it's just
Yes,
like
they are.
color.
Yeah, they are everywhere, and I'm for it. I like it.
Yeah.
Mel's wearing one too. I really like it.
Yeah. There's like neon. There's all kinds of stuff.
That's the one thing I was thinking about during the national anthem this morning is about youth bowling. Is like, you know, it's a kind of a little bit a way of representing yourself and and how you dress and everything. And everybody's different in how they do it. Some people are more laid back, more solid colors, and some people like to put themselves out there a little more.
For sure.
So it's definitely different.
We have Miss Malia Briggs here. She has a huge YouTube following. She's been doing ball reviews on YouTube and Instagram and all of that stuff.
Yes.
Sharing ball. She's on our evolution team.
Nice.
Yeah.
The younger ages of bowling are definitely starting to get into that. You know, I do it myself more.
I like that you say younger.
Sharing,
Yeah.
you know, their perspectives on everything from at a younger point, you know,
Yeah.
because it's not just the PBA and the PWBA guys, you know.
Yeah, you see it a little different, right? When you're at different ages.
Yeah. Everybody's opinion is worth something.
100%.
And usually people are looking for a different opinion. And maybe someone's not as fortunate to have like a pro from their town or something. So having knowledge at a young age is such an advantage.
For sure. I just had to text. Carolyn just showed up. Hello, Carolyn. Olivia's on the live stream. I was like, where are you at? Cheer on your niece.
Yes.
Although you showed up and she big forward. So Dell must be watching. That's what we know. Hi, Dell.
I went down to watch Emma over here, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't want to be a cloud.
It's hard.
Like-
It's a hard life being a cloud.
I always said that I didn't believe in jinx, but like you think about it more and more, it really might be a thing.
It really is. Although Brady, the bowling science kid, tested it, and apparently we're not a jinx, but I don't know. I don't know if I buy it.
My mom was like, every time I video you don't strike.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
can't
like,
video you.
Mom, I didn't know you were videoing me.
You know, we had on the morning bowl the family of the young bowler that bowled 800 with the mix in Michigan. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so his mom told us that she has no videos from it because that's exactly what they were afraid of. So she made this like public plea to anyone that was in the building. She's like, I know people had their cell phones out. I know they were filming it. If
Yep.
anybody has the video, we would love to have it.
Right. Yes.
Like, send it to us.
yes.
It was so funny.
It's everybody's superstitions are different. There are people who record every shot,
Yeah.
and there are others who swear by it to not. So it's very interesting to analyze everybody's different ones. I'm like, I get done with a block. I'm like, Mom, did you get a video? Well, no. I'm
Yeah.
gonna mess you up.
Right. Yeah, I can't.
So
Here's Rylan Breeze, another one that's leaving us.
yes.
Rylan is going to the next journey in his life like you did.
Mm-hmm.
Always like a bittersweet thing. Like,
It is. The nice little story Leanne told me was that Micah and I think she said Morgan Klein pulled the first ever event.
They did.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
Morgan Klein's dad told me yesterday they've literally been doing SYCs for 7 years. 7 years. And you know
Yes.
what's unique about that? And I need to go find him and tell him today because there's this like thing that's shared on social media. But if you keep a friend for 7 years, they're supposed to be friends for life. So basically, we're friends with Morgan
Right,
Klein's
yes,
family for
we're-
life.
Yes.
So if you stay with us for 7 years, we get to be your friends for life.
Yep.
Anybody.
That's what I was like. I felt like I bowled for a decent amount of time, but
You
not
did.
7 years.
I know. But I always like your dad. Your dad was watching earlier. I don't know if he's still watching. He's
Yeah.
missing out if he's
I
not.
gave him a text. I
Okay.
was like, Leanne told me I might be able to stop in the booth.
Yeah.
So
He was telling me he's coming out of retirement and helping someone sign up for the SYC in
He
New York,
is.
which
He
is
is.
exciting.
he is. He did it for this one, actually, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to never miss a sign up.
Your dad was a pro.
So there was only one that it was a little bit shaky, and we still got in anyway. So it was good. I never had to go through the wait list.
So here, Morgan Klein just threw a shot. This is my fun. Here, let's take a little flashback back to little Morgan Klein.
Oh,
Look at her. She's so tiny. And she's going to get there it is.
just a little bit.
Yeah. I always play that. I always embarrass
Oh,
them.
there's Dad right there. He's in the chat
Ah,
now.
see, hello, Jeremy. And Jim Brandolino. Yeah, it was fun. We got John McCarthy John Martin. Shoot, band names. And then let's see what else. Who else is it? Carolyn says, my typing fingers have just recovered from SYC signups. It is stressful. These families will they'll relate to you.
Yeah, definitely stressful time. I even did myself in one.
Yeah.
My senior year. No, my junior year. This one. I was like, I'm not missing it if it's an hour away from home.
And that had to be stressful.
Yes. In the middle of class, I had to tell my teacher, like, listen, we have much bigger things going on here. Bigger fish to fry.
Exactly.
Uh,
That was a tough break for Alexa.
Yes. Never a fun time leaving the 479.
Yeah.
You're very close, just a little move away. So many talented young bowlers.
Brianna Archibald up there. That was a great shot.
For a double. Nice
She's-
early double.
She's one of our All-American team members.
Yes, that's a nice thing you get at this event every year.
Yeah,
That-
top 2.
Gianna down there, flush.
She is chasing the record.
Yes,
We could have a historic SYC
Oh.
weekend.
close. 479 there.
That's close. Okay, now I'm going to look at scores because Caitlin Peck was up there at the beginning, and we've left enough time for them to be updated. So let's go to U15 girls. Oh, actually, U18. I'm sorry. Caitlin Peck is currently in first place, ahead of Gianna Brandolino.
That's 6.
And Alexa Escamilla. Those are the top 3. Emma Yoder, 4th. Caitlin
Yeah.
Stoll. Yeah, these bowlers can bowl.
Yeah.
Plus 79 right now for the U18 girls. U15 girls. Let's take a look over there. Anna Antony's leading that, -3. Autumn Strode and Liana Lucchese.
Yeah. Looks like not everybody's got them in down there, but yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
But yeah, -3 looks to be a pretty good score for that division.
All right, so U18 boys. Let's go take a look at this
Oh, boy.
division.
This is always an interesting one to look at.
Oh, we have one person who.
Oh, they're done.
Some are done. So Nick Trentler over here, plus 189.
Yeah, no biggie there.
Yeah, and then Luke Switalski plus 177. Owen Williams plus 177.
Tie. Nice little tie there.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Striking.
those guys can bowl. You know, that's the division with the most bowlers, and you know, there's always gonna be somebody that does that. They strike a lot.
They do.
A lot. And you know, I try to wrap my head around it, like, man, but they just got it down.
Yeah.
They got it down.
Wow, Caitlin Johnson.
Look at that.
Woo.
Nice little clean game through 7 there.
She so as John Martin was leaving, he was like, "Hey, watch Caitlin. It's one of her first SYCs." And it looks like she has a Michigan jersey on, so she either bowled in Michigan or this is her first SYC. But she gets on it. I like it.
Almost Brooklyn there for Olivia. Jillian Justinger from Ohio. I bowled with her older brother,
Nice.
Joe. We've bowled a lot together, so I know that family well.
They grow up when you leave, though.
Yeah. Nolan and Tucker down there.
Oh,
From-
ridiculous.
We're from the same town.
They've grown up so much.
Yes, look at them,
I
all
know.
tall and
It's ridiculous.
yeah. Bill isn't fortunate enough to be here today.
What?
He's umpiring. They were on the wait list, so he already had plans, and then bang, they're in.
I
you
need
know?
to text them. Yeah, well, that does happen. To anyone that's listening, we had like 11 changes this week of. So if you're on the waiting list, which you never had to worry about
Yes,
because you guys were pros.
Thankfully.
But if you do get on the waiting list, don't give up. We do get a lot of bowlers in, especially if you're local. So
brutal
Ryland Reese.
9-pin there from Ryland. Brutal 9-pin. But a
Great shot by Addison.
Yes, nice
Yeah.
shot there.
So are you bowling anything this summer?
Yeah, I actually bowled a sweeper last night at school.
Nice.
Little shaky start with urethane, but got into the good old IQ tour. 250, 260 the last 2 to get in the step ladder. So a nice little profitable night there. I'm bowling a 10-game dual pattern sweeper this weekend, close to home.
Nice.
So I got some events planned, but I always say the amateur side of Ohio is really not that big compared to everywhere else.
Yeah.
Like Fort Wayne at school, there is so much more to bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe I'll have to start running some tournaments.
There you go.
Maybe work something out with the bowling. I mean, like, even the weekly sweeper stuff, like, people will bowl.
Yeah.
So, nice shot there.
You need to come bowl the tat. That's what you should do when you're done with college, or even when you're in college. It's tat time for you.
Yeah.
The true amateur tournament.
The big ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta head out there.
The big money ones. I'm like, I think next year, a few of my teammates now are bowling OCs this year.
Nice.
So I'm like, well, I'll probably get pulled into that here soon.
For sure.
So, yes.
There's Caitlin. She's still spare in this game. She can't quite find a strike, but you know what? She's clean. I'd stay clean if I could.
Yeah, that's
Not bad.
Never complaining about staying clean.
Nope. All right.
Never.
Olivia Lizzie she's having a little struggle right now. Let's see, she moved left. Good move.
Good shot. Yeah.
Fantastic shot.
Nice little light swisher there.
Made the move.
Jillian.
Good shot.
Also swisher.
Yep.
Look at that. That was almost a star frame from everybody there.
It was.
Kiera.
Kira Maxim.
She is going to be my girlfriend's roommate
Oh, nice. Very fun.
at Jack State. So,
That'll be fun.
yes. Ethan has bowled. At least I know he started well. I didn't keep up, but he had 260 game 1.
So Ethan Caruso, last tournament, he was trying to chase. You probably know this person's name, Jacob Boxty.
Ah, yes. I know that guy.
He bowls like 250 every game, and Ethan came up to me and he was like, I just can't. I can't keep up with Jake. So Ethan had a great tournament last month in Kentucky, but he could not quite keep up with Jacob Boxty, who's in a league of his own right now in the youth world.
You know, after his performance at team trials this year, I'm like, this kid is remarkable.
Yeah, right?
Like, come to Indiana Tech. how about that?
Please.
Like, goodness gracious,
Yeah,
I mean, he shoots 250 effortlessly.
totally.
I'm like, I went clean for 220 when I bowled SYCs. I didn't.
You bowled great, though.
Like-
You had some great tournaments.
Like, wow.
I was trying to look up. Amelia has to be close to choosing a school, and I can't remember where she's going. I'm gonna have to ask her on the break, because if not, she's a great one to pick up. If coaches, if you're listening and haven't found someone to join your school yet.
You know, my favorite thing is when a youth bowler throws a shot and they really hate it, and it strikes,
Yes.
and they're like, "Oh, so terrible." Oh my goodness! A bow 9 to cost the double there for Malia.
It's not fair. It's not fair. I was gonna say something.
I actually did this thing at school. I tracked how many 9 pins I left for a month. The total was 32.
That's a lot.
I'm like, that's more than one a day.
That's a lot of 9 pins.
I know.
Did that make you feel better or worse?
I mean, it definitely frustrated me. When you look at that number, it's like, wow.
What adjustment can you make for that? Or did you make?
Your ball is definitely not getting into the roll phase soon enough. So you got to get it to hook a little sooner to, get in, roll a little more forward, not go so sideways down lane. So get it a little more forward off your hand, or maybe even you're in the wrong ball.
Yeah. That's a good shot. Good spare there. Covered it up.
Yeah.
Malia's got some fans watching. People cheering her on.
Not a bad game. She can go off for 2-0 here. Just one open, so.
This is Amelia here. See, she has to be. She has to be choosing a school. That was not that bad of a shot.
No.
The bowling gods are not being nice right now. We need to talk to them.
JC is actually, I believe she's from the Indianapolis area.
Okay.
Or close.
Yeah.
I know she practices at Thunder Bowl,
Nice.
#1, where we practice at school. So.
Cool. She's a great player.
Yeah.
We got Natalie Yale on that pair too. Now, my favorite Natalie Yale story is we were in Rhode Island, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And she came rolling one of the new. I'm gonna have to look up the name of the bag because I don't want to be wrong.
I think
I know the
which
4-ball, the ones with 4 wheels. Those sweet bags that we came out with, the Rolling Thunder signature.
Yep.
And she was rolling it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you have the coolest bag in the building. Because that one is great. It has like the airline wheels.
Right, yep.
With the 4 wheels. It's so good.
I had a one of my blue SYC bags. The handle broke the other day.
No,
and
heartbreaking.
I'm like, wow, that is so sad. I was carrying them back in from practice and just snapped. I'm like, no way. Because I got them at this event 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, well, 3 years is probably good, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good run for a tote, actually.
Yeah. The new ones, the new totes are...
They have a walkie-talkie. I was going to walkie it in.
I used to bowl a sport pattern league here. I'm from about 50 minutes north of here. But
so you drove in every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, yep. But they are on things quickly here.
They are,
They are. It is very good.
Yeah, this is the first bowling center that I'll show you guys. They gave me, in the live stream, a walkie-talkie. I can't hear it, which I told them. I'm like, hey, guys, when I'm on the live stream, I can't hear, so don't call me.
Right.
But I can, if no one's around, I can call a score monitor or something in. Which usually the kids turn around and look at me like I could do something. I'm like,
I can't. Yeah.
Sorry, I can't help you.
They at least tried to set you up for success this time.
They did.
Olivia.
Del Ballard is yelling at Olivia.
Make those figures.
The king of spare shooting is in the chat.
Oh my gosh. And it's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
2 swishers that didn't carry for there.
You know, Dell, I will defend Olivia. She's had to make a lot of spares today, and sometimes it gets hard. And if a spare gets in your head, come on, Dell, back off. Back off, Liv.
You know, the hardest thing is when the lanes are hard and you're shooting more spares.
Right.
Spares get hard.
Yeah.
But like,
you're like, okay, I'm shooting the 50th 7-pin for the weekend.
Right, yes. Yes.
We got a picture
Yes.
opting in.
But yeah, when the lanes are hard, spares are hard.
Oh,
You have to be able to
brutal.
find yourself mentally and like slow down, not get too far ahead of yourself. The biggest thing that would catch me is, you know, all right, I get 9 and I focus on the move for next frame.
True
and
that.
you can't get too far ahead of yourself.
So before, oh, Olivia, come on, make this fair. Oh, we're hooking at it.
There you go.
She did come back for some advice from her dad. I see him back here, and I think he suggested let's hook at this. Let's not. We're struggling with our line at the moment, which is a great coaching tip if you're in a rut and you need to get out of it, change it up. But what I was gonna say was Liv at the last event. She has an obsession right now. And apparently this is like a social media trend, but garlic Parmesan wings from Wingstop are like big.
So I just did the garlic Parmesan tenders from there.
Yeah.
And they are good. They
Yeah.
are good.
So I saw her the other day. I'm like, have we gotten Wingstop? She's like, yeah, I went last night. Because Wingstop's not in her home, so she has to go other places and get it.
Yep.
So, and she tried like the Hawaiian ones or something too. Yeah, she said they were really good.
Nice spare there in the 10th.
Really nice.
Got a few good games here if we can capitalize in the 10th.
Yeah. I will defend Olivia again, Dell Ballard. Olivia's spare game is great.
Well, Dell said that she spares like you.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a dig or a compliment. 'Cause I'm like, I really don't know. I'm like, so what? Anyway. All right, let's see Alexa. She left a little tricky spare for herself, but she is a solid player, and I'm going to go out on a limb and hopefully not cloud her, but I think she might make this. She's going to slide it over.
Bad break there in the fill ball. Good
It's not
time to
fair.
leave that there, though.
Hook a little. Come on.
There it is.
Yeah, see?
There it is.
See, I
Look
told
at you.
I knew she could do it.
There's no jinx there.
Oh, no.
I think that's all support.
Either that or Dell and I are canceling each other out because Dell's a cloud and I'm a cloud, so 2 clouds equal a sunshine.
Kind
There
of
you go.
2 wrongs make a right kind of thing. Yeah.
Really. Thank you, Dell, for being here.
Yes.
The great Dell Ballard and the great Carolyn Dorn Ballard and Kathy Lizzie is in the building. Kathy's awesome.
The thing I always said was like, I felt like I always rolled better on the live pair.
Yeah, you know.
And I'm like, I like being on the live pair.
Yeah, there's no cloud here.
Yeah.
It's good. Solid. Great pickup by JC over there. That was awesome.
Like some of my biggest games, like I specifically remember SYC North Carolina in 2022, I think.
Yeah.
I was struggling and I came to the live pair, shot 279 the last block, or the last game of a block to go plus.
All right, here's Malia. She has a really solid game going.
Yeah, she found that strike in the 9th. If she can catch this one here for a double, that'd be big.
Summit Peak. A little high.
A little high.
It's all right. Spare it up.
Spare here. Yep, spare here will do the trick.
All right, so when these ladies finish up, we will be turning off the live stream. We'll be back this afternoon for 5 more games after our award ceremony. As you know, at the SYC, you get a medal. We give medals for gold, silver, and bronze on each pattern in each division. And then the overall gold medalist, the one who knocks down the most amount of pins, wins the weekend. Hard to do.
It is. I gave it a few runs.
You did.
I mean, it's hard.
You had quite a few seconds, if I remember.
I led Kentucky after day 1 last year, and didn't miss a makeable for 40 over the next day. Well, when Griffin Jordan shoots 12 whatever for 5,
Yeah, he bowled really good.
that doesn't help.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the bowlers just get locked in.
I mean, I've been on the other side of it. I mean, like, I had a few times where going into day 2, I was in 15th or whatever, barely plus, and you go 200 or 180 over, and you jump all the way into the top 5. You know?
Sure.
It's I remember the never give up stuff. I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you win the Never Give Up scholarship? I thought
I
at
did
least,
one time.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
SYC Iowa. I was like 40 over going into day 2 and golded the long.
Nice.
Jumped into 4th for that tournament. And I was like, I mean, that's a nice save there.
Yeah, we still give that scholarship away. It'll be in play tomorrow, but it'll be in play for the last round. All right, so here we go. We're gonna watch Jillian and Olivia finish up their games. I don't think either is super thrilled, but you know what the best part is? You finish this up, you go get lunch, you completely reset, and life is good.
Yeah, my biggest SYC block ever came after a block that I went 30 under, and I was frustrated.
Yeah.
And you've got to find a way to erase it. As hard as it is, you can unlock that place mentally where you just give yourself a fresh start.
Yeah, Olivia's fried. I can tell.
Hey, but that Brooklyn there.
Yeah, she's holding it together. Like, this is what's really impressive right now. Her mental game is really solid because she is just like, I want to leave this building right now. But she is like, I got to finish. I'm going to hold it together.
Yeah, and maybe
I'm not going to throw any fits.
You know, and maybe you can tell a little bit, but she's not she's not making it super noticeable.
The people that know her, we know her.
Yep.
And it's impressive. It's impressive at this age to have that strong of a mental game. Hold on.
Yep. At that point, it's like,
yeah,
lunchtime.
Yeah, which, by the way, the Palace, for the players, they didn't want to overtax their restaurant. They brought in a food truck.
Oh, my.
There's a grilled cheese food truck out there.
Okay.
We pre-ordered our grilled cheeses. I know I am ready for my grilled cheese. I cannot wait.
Tucker's got a nice little 230 off the sheet here if he can catch this double on the 10th over here.
You can see him just to the left.
All right. That's okay, though.
Yeah, solid.
220 is not a bad game.
All right, Del. Olivia made her last spare of the morning. And on that note, Jaden, thanks for hanging out.
Yes, thank you.
Are you going to be around later today, too?
I will be, and I'll be here tomorrow as well.
Cool. Well, we'll have you back in the live stream for a game or two. And
I'll come back either this afternoon or tomorrow. Whenever you need me, you let me know.
Perfect. All right. Until then, we'll be back at 2:30 later today, and we'll see y'all then.
You've been watching the 2024 SYC Super Slam Ohio. The SYC Super Slam Ohio would not be possible without the generous donations from our sponsors: Storm Bowling, Cool Wick, PBA Junior, KEGEL, Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Shoes, Ray's Eyewear, Ballard's Bowling Academy, Master Industries, Quality Respite and Home Care, and by T&D Transportation. Special thanks to the official scoring system of the Storm Youth Championships, Bowlmetrics. The preceding was produced exclusively by Storm Bowling. For more information on upcoming events and more, please visit stormbowling.com. Once again, thanks for watching.